You think he can turn it around in one day, Ian? He's played pretty poorly, I reckon, in both the second and third rounds. And it's never easy to turn it around so quickly, is it?
No, never easy. I mean, you can say, oh, I figured it out on the range, but the pressure's a whole lot different when you arrive on this first tee.
And here he is arriving on the first tee. Tiger Woods, the world's #1 player, at 10 under, equal leader with Greg Chalmers and James Nitties. Playing alongside him, Cameron Percy, a 35-year-old Melburnian, grew up in Dingley, in the next suburb, basically over the back fence there. He's actually joining the PGA Tour next year in his rookie year. He's going to be seen by the whole world. And
fantastic story, isn't it? I mean, he played at Southern, where our mate Bob Shearer used to play.
Yeah.
Another one of the fantastic sandbelt courses.
And you're tipping him, Eddie, because he follows Collingwood.
He's a Collingwood man, and for the first time in his life, he's going to try and beat the Woods today. There's no doubt about it. So go Cameron Percy, you good thing. Get stuck into it. We spoke to Cameron yesterday, and he said how he dropped the shot just thinking about playing with Tiger Woods. I'm wondering whether he's going to exchange cards with him or maybe ask him to sign his cap. I'm not sure on the first.
That's right. Yeah, would you mind signing this for me?
Hey, off to a good start. Rod Pampling, the defending champion, already after 3 holes, is 2 under par and starting to press. Rod's been a bit stiff over the first 3 days, so he's 7 under. Stuart Appleby has also picked up a shot to be 7 under. So scoring's been good today. There's been some good early scores. We'll take you through them a little bit later on. But all eyes on the Tiger. And good luck to Cameron Percy. He's got the family down. He's got his wife there with him today. What a huge moment it's for him. Let's go to Tiger Woods, though, and get his thoughts about what it's all about as he heads into this final round.
I would love to wear that. I love to go with that, with black, red, and gold. It would be good.
He loves that gold jacket.
That was the other day I was talking to him and I mentioned that. He's got 4 green ones, Jack, from the Masters. You nearly got one back in '81. That is something he's going to win more of too, I think, that green jacket at the US Masters.
You can't take those home, though, the green ones. You've got to leave them in the lock, haven't you?
Well, you're supposed to, but Nick Faldo got into trouble for going on a show in England in
Well, he can take the gold one home anyway, can't he?
He can do what he likes with it. We'd love to have him back to defend it. That's
I was going to say, if he wins, I wouldn't mind keeping it here and making him come back next year to wear it. But, guys, this first hole, tactically, this is a birdie hole. So off to a good start. This is one where they really have to get going.
Yeah, they think they should. That's the key here, is get it in the fairway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kingston Heath.
And
Group
try and make
38.
a 4.
From Victoria, at 8 under the card, would you please welcome Cameron Percy.
This will be a very nervous 2-shot, I guarantee you.
Let's hear what Cameron Percy had to say going into this round.
It'll be brilliant. I've got my family here, all my friends here, and then obviously everyone's here to support Tiger as well. So it's just going to be it's going to be a day to remember, isn't it?
He's got the 3 medal out. Just wants to get it on the short grass.
You can just hear the sigh of relief from here, can't you? What a shot.
From the US of A, at 10 under the card, would you please welcome Tiger Woods.
Cameron Percy has to block all of that out today. Imagine if they're clapping for him when he walks up onto the greens.
Now, Ian, this 3 medal that he uses, he used it to great effect in the first and second rounds, but yesterday even this club was going awry.
It was. Even a couple of long irons were poor hits yesterday. So up the right side with the draw, I would think, for Tiger here. A low draw. Okay. They're in good position on the right side there because that's a little higher part of the fairway. They get a better view of the green from there.
Flag cut 15 on and 9 from those bunkers on the left. So a good start for both of your man, Cameron.
Cameron Percy made $321,000 last year. Tiger Woods made $3 million to turn up.
That's right, he made $10 million on tour this year. 7 wins already in the 2009 season for Tiger, and that's coming back after a 9-month break. Well, he came back in great shape, though.
This is why Tiger Woods was paid $3 million to come to the Australian Masters, the JB Masters. The crowds, the excitement, the galleries have been full. As Ian Baker-Finch said, there's been nothing else in Melbourne or around Australia to talk about this week. It's just been sensational. The renaissance of Australian golf. We'll be back in 2 years' time for the President's Cup. And who knows, after the success of this week, what might happen. If he wins today, could well come back to defend.
That'd be great, wouldn't it, if he came back to Victoria Golf Club next year, and whether it's to defend or not, maybe it's to come back and redeem. We'll have to wait and see.
What's been great, Jack, about Tiger Woods is there's been no exhibition play. He's come out, he's playing hard, he wants to win.
Yeah, look, I think that's what separates him from most of the other players. His desire to win, which is part of his upbringing, of course. And interesting quote I read from his mother, called Tita, who said, "Step on their throats."
Yeah, it's funny.
That's
Tiger's.
Mum. That was Mum. Dad was a green beret.
That's
That was
right.
Mum.
Tiger's dad was a green beret, and that was the mother. But Tiger's always said his mum Tita was the disciplinarian. She was the one that instilled the desire to basically, as Jack just said, you know, kick them when they're down, and winning is all and everything for Tiger. That's all he's here for, is to win, and that's the only thing that means anything to him. It's not the money or the trophies, it's winning.
Well, I got a lot of my inspiration from my mother. She was a tough cookie,
Mine too.
competitive, and yeah, he's a phenomenon. There's no doubt about it. When you think that, you know, he won a Masters at 21, most golfers would be so ill-prepared for that sort of occasion, and I think that's what separates him from, you know, pretty well every other golfer that's ever lived, apart from maybe Nicklaus.
He became the #1 player in the world at 21 years and 24 weeks.
And he's only relinquished that #1 spot a couple of times since. David Duval back in '99, and then I think Vijay Singh may have had it there for a while, but Tiger's really been, the last decade, Tiger Woods has been the man.
James Nitty's coming out now, getting ready for his tee shot. We'll watch Tiger's second shot here, but I'd like to get your thoughts, because when he first came into the locker room, there was so much hype. He wasn't exactly embraced with open arms, but it didn't take long before his performances started to do the talking for him, and he was embraced by the other professionals.
Yeah, it certainly didn't take long. They all thought he was a bit cocky at first. You see Tiger here, Jack, it looks like he's trying to fade this one in, aiming a little left.
Yeah, might have trying to block the left side of the course out.
Is it coming back? He certainly held it off. Oh, yeah. What a great shot. Three wood into the heart of the green at the opening par 5. That's probably what he figured out yesterday afternoon and this morning, is how I'm going to take one side of the course out today. Yesterday he had both sides, didn't he?
Well, he said that in his post-round interview. He said, I had no idea the ball was going both ways, and that's never something that a golf professional likes, because you just don't know where it's going. So,
well, that's a perfect example there. If you see that shot, that's why you need to know, because there's bunkers and tea tree up both sides of every hole here, so you want to get, and that's why James Nitty's has been so good. He blocks out the left side, he hits everything with a fade, and he's played confidently.
well, the hardest ball to hit, and straight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cameron Percy now, second shot. Ooh, he's got the lean on it, it's going a bit left, and, well, oh, good break for Cameron Percy.
Boy, that's a great settler for him, isn't it, to get off to a good start in front of those crowds.
So birdie chances for both Cameron Percy and Tiger Woods on the first. Already birdies today to Jason Duffner on the first. Francois Delamontagne's got a birdie off the first. Tim Wilkinson's got a birdie off the first. Stuart Appleby got one on the second. Klaas Eriksson, Rod Pampling, Adam Scott, Alistair Presnell, Ashley Hall, all birdieing the first.
Yeah, you really should. It's not much wind today, and it's everyone can reach it. In fact, just 2 3-woods there for the second to last group.
462 metres, of course, these days quite short for par 5, with the golf ball going so far and the newfangled golf clubs that are around.
Let's hear from Jack's favourite, James Nitties, the Novocastrian.
Nerves have been out there every day for me. With these crowds, it's easily to get distracted. So, you know, just hopefully keep them at bay today and play some good golf and try not to get too nervous.
Great story, James Nitties. Some 5 years ago, couldn't touch his toes. He had arthritis, had to go to hospital, take a year off the circuit, get the drugs right. A juvenile arthritis complaint that he said was like having a screwdriver inserted into his hip every time he played, and then tightened. And it looked like his career was going off a cliff, and here he is today in the final grouping. Equal leader with Greg Chalmers and Tiger Woods, and as we've said over the last few days, Ian, he's had a fantastic year in America, getting a lot of airplay on television.
Yeah, well, he's a story, isn't he? I mean, he told everybody he's a party boy, he loves to have a good time, and he's a specimen, he's fit, he works out hard. Finished in the top 100 in his rookie year on the US Tour. That's a really great credential to add to your resume. Top 100 first year.
Welcome back to the JBWA Masters, live from Kingston Heath in Melbourne, in high definition Samsung LED TV. Tiger Woods.
In the hole!
Perfectly positioned from the tee. And look at this shot. Oh, that is a gem. Pin cut way over on the left side, and he was down the right, so he was able to have a crack at it. And what a shot that was.
So Tiger Woods is one shot in front, and with a real birdie chance coming up on the 6th. Championship day, the champion comes to the fore. Greg Chalmers, Jason Duffner, James Nitties and Stuart Appleby all still within striking distance just, but the Tiger's starting to put the boot down. Let's go down now to our international callers, Ian Baker-Finch and Mark Nicholas on Nine's Widewater Sports.
Enormous excitement around this 6th green. Tiger Woods has played a gem of a shot, setting up for almost certain birdie.
Perfect strategy. If you're going to go with a mid to long iron there and not attack the green, you play it out to the left and long over that bunker. Gives you a better angle of attack for the second shot. So it was an ideal position from the tee. You can even hit a 3-wood on the green here if you want to. If you can hit a high fade and run it on the front edge, if you're not too concerned about a long bunker shot, that's another way to play the hole. Or lay it well back and leave yourself with a full shot in. And I used to attack the hole from the tee and be conservative with the second shot. Most of the players this week have really laid it well back. And you'll see here with this putt how much right to left it is.
Wow. Very good. He's hanging on in there. He's from, just moments away. You could run out the back of the course and you'd almost be home if you were Cameron Percy.
That's right, yes. Dingley played at Southern Golf Club. Nice birdie for Tiger. Yeah, Bob Shearer, for those of you over in the States listening in, and remember Bob Shearer, Jack Newton, all the boys from that era that he plays at the same course as Bob grew up on, Southern Golf Club.
Great man, Bob Shearer. His wife, Kathy, does a wonderful job looking after the media centre to all the big Australian tournaments. In fact, it's her 20th anniversary of doing just that.
Fantastic
She's one
job.
of the stars of the show.
She makes the media centre a much more homely place, that's for sure. Disappointing putt there for James. Easy par. So easy when the greens are like this to get tentative with the putting. You're trying to just roll the putt close because you know if you hit it a little too firm, you've got a 6-footer back.
Where he's left that.
Yes, he's rimmed the cup a couple of times, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
Well, he's playing nicely, Chalmers. He looks extremely calm and in control.
You've talked a bit about the 6th hole and the different strategies for it. Here it is, Ian.
Yeah, I love this hole. I just love short par 4s, and this hole, you could hit driver over the back of the green so easily. See there, it's only 195 metres past the left-hand bunker, 235 to those ones on the right. It's only about 250 metres to the front of the green. You'd wonder why they wouldn't hit driver more often. But just into this area is the way to go, and then fire the wedge in for the second from 50 or 60 metres. Because of the hole location, if you do hit it into that back left bunker, it's so hard to get it up and down. So hence the decision to lay up from the tee.
As I think back over the 4 days, only Tiger on the first day, I think, got it into that swale just in the front of the green and played that little bump and run up to the hole, didn't he? Other than
Beautiful
that,
shot.
everybody's had, as you say, sort of 60-meter shots in.
Just goes to show you don't need extremely long, difficult holes to make a course difficult to score on or tricky. And Tiger loves this style of course. It's a strategic course.
On to the 7th, Ian.
Yes, it's the old 4th, and they've lengthened it. They've taken the shed out that used to be between the 10th tee and the 4th tees in the old routing. So it's 30 metres longer than you've seen it before, for those of you that know the course well. Rip it down over those bunkers, not even in play. And keep it short of the 255-metre bunker with a 3-wood or a little cut driver, perhaps. The bigger hitters can bomb it way down there and just go in with the lob wedge. Hole location today on that right-hand side, just 4 from the right edge. So many hole locations cut close to the edges this week. Something I've never seen here at Kingston Heath, but it really encourages the players to, well, risk reward. You can go for it and leave yourself a short putt for birdie, but if you don't pull it off, those deep bunkers guard the holes. And both these holes, 6 and 7, birdie opportunities if you play them correctly from the tee. That's down the right-hand side. Big wide fairway here, so that's a little further right than he would have liked, because now he'll have gum trees on the corner of the dog leg between he and the flag.
Given the way the crowd have gone with Tiger today, that was almost a murmur of disapproval from them, wasn't it?
Almost.
Back to the 6th tee and James Nitty's.
So he's a little more aggressive because he fades the ball. He doesn't worry about going left.
Yeah, he, in fact, his caddy made a good point overnight. Slug, they call it. Made the point that because he takes the left side pretty much out of the game, it's allowed him to plot his way around this course very comfortably.
More comfortably and certainly in control of his game today as we watch Stuart Appleby here at the 9th. Such a quick surface there at 9. 4's always a good score. Good to see some of the well-known names jumping up the leaderboard, like Appleby jumping up into 5th place at 7 under. Adam Scott playing well. Michael Sim. Rod Pampling.
Here's the left-handed Kiwi, Tim Wilkinson, for birdie at the 7th hole.
He needs to get something going. He's had 3 bogeys since his opening birdie. All right, well done. Didn't retain his card in the US this year. Tim, I used to speak to him quite a lot during the tournaments, and he's a hard worker, hard practicer, good demeanour. 170th, unfortunately for him, on the money list over in the US this year.
On that subject, how much coverage? I mean, I heard you talking a little earlier about James Nitty. Has he finished top 100 in his rookie year?
Yes, currently 94th. Yeah, very good.
And you saw a bit of him on TV.
Yeah, especially early in the season. He had a couple of top 5s, and the public liked him. He had a little bit of spunk and some charisma, and wasn't afraid to you know, tell it how it is in the press.
Well, he embraced being there.
Yes.
Some people go to America and find the life difficult and to grumble about it and go back on the European tour, don't they, or whatever they choose to do. But he really embraced America and the lifestyle and just loved being on tour.
Yeah,
it was reflected in his play.
It was, exactly. That's a very good point. If you're comfortable where you're playing, you'll certainly play a lot better. And Greg Chalmers a lot more comfortable on tour this year. And look at this shot. Wing! What a shot for Greg Chalmers. Voice of his caddy, Malcolm Baker there. Good on you, mate. Good shot. Tap in for birdie. Get him to 12 under, just 1 back of Tiger.
Different style of shot from the one that Tiger just played. You were talking about all the different ways to play wedge shots into this green.
Yeah, Greg firing straight at that with spin. And once again, they've hit their tee shots into the perfect place to fire up the fat of the green. Makes it a birdie hole. That's coming in a little higher. Nicely done. Left himself that sort of tricky left to righter down the hill though. But beautiful shot. Yes, Chalmers played extremely well, won over $1 million on the PGA Tour this year. We'll be back there again next year. He and his wife and 2 kids live in Dallas. Just to make the top 100 in your first year on tour is such a great thing to be able to say you did. First year on the PGA Tour, I retained my card, and I'm back next year.
Can't help but have a chuckle at what different personalities Greg Chalmers and James Niddies are, can you?
Correct.
One a sort of sober character, a little more mature, and the other a young gun in every sense. Now, back to Tiger Woods on the 7th fairway.
He struggled from here yesterday. He hit it way right and had to cut it around these trees. Look for this ball to be a little long and left. Don't miss it to the right in those deep bunkers.
Still some hang time.
Beautiful. Exactly where he would have been aiming that.
The Frenchman, Francois de la Montagne, has had a terrific tournament. One of the players searching for his card in Europe.
Yes, he's staying downtown in the same hotel as us, Mark, down at the Langham Hotel. Was in at breakfast this morning. I spoke to him a little bit. He's been to the Q School 6 of the last 7 years. And would dearly love to win here today and perhaps avoid that necessity. Having a great time. I asked him if he'd advise other young players from Europe to come down and play in the Australian tournaments at this time of the year, and he said certainly. Great courses, great people, and lifestyle. Not an easy putt, this one. He has to be a little bit careful, very quick. Well done. Yes, made the big putt for par. Now looks like he's got that fire back in.
Well, we've got things going on all around the course. That's creating an unbelievable atmosphere out there. It's now not just a case of the one match, the Tiger Woods match, receiving the ultimate focus. Both Niddies and Chalmers with birdies. Well, Chalmers hasn't tapped in yet, but certain birdie for Chalmers. And then work coming from other people. Stuart Appleby just gently moving up the board. Francois de la Montagne. Also has been Adam Scott playing nicely today, and it's given a wonderful feel out there. It's kind of turned the whole place into the arena rather than just the single hole.
Yeah, very true. And obviously so many of the crowds wanting to catch a glimpse of the world's #1. They'll, if they don't ring the hole that he's on, they'll jump ahead 2 or 3 holes and be prepared for his arrival. And that's great for the other players. They're getting to see huge crowds like this. In Greg Norman's day, we would often see crowds like similar to this at various tournaments, whether it be Royal Melbourne or the old Masters venue at Huntingdale. And it was always great and a wonderful experience for the young players to play in front of crowds like this. But I haven't seen it like this at all for, well, many years, since the late 80s, early 90s.
Takes you back to your glory days. The Baker Finch days.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, wasn't it? A few grey hairs ago. They put stands around the course. We don't often see as many stands throughout the courses as we have here at Kingston Heath. 6,000 seats available. And I know someone else who's out there this week that used to play a pretty good game himself on tour was Lucas Parsons, and he's out following this group.
Yeah, morning, Ian.
Good morning.
Yeah, look, Cameron's left himself about a 45, 50-foot putt. The tricky thing about this putt is the last 6 feet is just straight downhill. So it's going to move a good 5, 6 feet left to right, and then the last 6 feet just keep going.
A perfect view there of what makes these bunkers and these greens stand out to visitors and people that come to see what's so special about the sandbelt. It's actually a firm base, almost a clay base that the green bed's made in. And then the bunkers are just a perfect sand base. So you've got a good firm edge that allows the greens to be cut, the bunkers cut right into the face of the greens, and still maintain that beautiful sandy base. You never see a ball bury in the face of a bunker around here. Lucas, just disappointing double bogey there at the 4th for Cameron Percy, otherwise playing nicely.
Yeah, he's been playing lovely. He's ripped his first two 3-woods past Tiger, and apparently he's hit driver off that tee all week. I just don't see it, but look, he's come back well. He's held a couple of really good par putts. Tiger now, he's a really good thing. He just saw Cameron pretty well putted straight over his marker, so he got a good line. He saw the pace. That's always an advantage in Melbourne.
Lucas, I always found this green extremely difficult to read, the subtleties of the breaks on this green, and because it's so exposed, it was usually pretty quick as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's got that cinnamon colour, as Mark was saying, and yeah, the last 5 feet is straight downhill.
For 3 consecutive birdies.
Good speed, though. Oh, settle down. Yeah, they're getting that extra foot or two of rollout today. They're definitely faster.
Yeah, that was, as I said, that last 6 feet, it just keeps going. And he actually liked that putt. It looked good 5 feet out.
Yes, the greens are extremely healthy and in great shape when they're this colour. I know a lot of people in the States that are used to seeing courses so well manicured and so green and lush. They think when the greens get this colour that you know, they're burning off and not healthy. But trust me, these are the best style of greens to play on. And when the course is hard and fast and this colour, that's when it's at its best. When the greens are hungry and the root system's going down low and searching for water.
Due care and attention paid to this putt by Tiger Woods.
Stroking the ball beautifully. Very comfortable. Said to his caddy Stevie there, I thought I'd made it. Thought I'd hit a good putt.
One stroke behind Woods. Greg Chalmers.
Good. Excellent. Striking the ball with precision.
To the 8th hole.
Yeah, lovely little par 3, this one. They've, because of the lack of breeze this week, the hole's been playing quite easy. Today, a little more difficult. Yesterday, averaged under 3, actually. It was very unusual, but at 173 metres, typically a 6-iron for the players. With the hole location back there today, you want to be just below the hole and to the right, putting back up the hill. Deep bunkers left and right. Quite a steep slope from that left bunker down into the middle of the green, and then from the right edge of the green down to the right bunker, there's quite a swale and a runoff there as well. Somewhere in the middle of the green, I found, was always a good shot here.
We just saw Francois de la Montagne make birdie here with Scott Laycock made 2 a little earlier. Good round of golf from Aaron Badley today, 68. 4 consecutive birdies on the back 9, 11, 12, 13 and 14.
Adam Bland from Australia shooting 67 today. That's the best score so far. A couple of other 68s, 2 or 3 69s. So no extremely low scoring so far, but 69s are there if you play the ball nicely.
Let's go on, Lucas.
All right, that's the voice of Steve Williams there, just controlling the people with their iPhones and various cameras, etc. If you're going to take a photo of someone and you're out there, just do it after the shot. Never do it before. Just get a shot of the follow-through. How's that one, Lucas?
Yeah, you're going to like this, guys. It's the right length.
Ooh, that was actually a little unfortunate not to roll down that little left to right slope there.
I'm just amazed how quick he stops the ball on the greens. I mean...
It's a high ball flight, isn't it?
Very high. Plus he uses a high spinning ball. Probably the softest ball of any on tour as we take a look at the ball positioning back at 7 for Chalmers and Nitties. Nitties a bit further down, but he'll have a bit of tree trouble. Now, if I can quickly just jump in there, Mal Baker, his caddy, will call him off if he doesn't think Greg has aimed correctly. They talk about the shot he wants to play before he steps up to it. Mal gives his blessing, if you want to call it that. Yeah, you're right, and gets out of the way quickly. But if he's not lined up correctly, he will call him off.
Well, this is not ideal for James Nitties. Ooh, very hard to get any control out of that.
That's so, those tussocks of grass are so strong as well. If the ball sits down there.
Settle. Oh, it has. That's a good shot. Well, it's everything that we had hoped for. Tiger Woods leads by 1. Greg Chalmers at 12 under. James Nitties 11. Jason Duffner plodding his way around the course nicely at 10 under are the men nearest to the Tiger. We'll see you back at Kingston Heath in just a moment.
Welcome back. Victoria Golf Club is rated among Australia's top 10 golf courses and is acclaimed by golfers the world over for its hospitality and superb World Championship course. Situated in the heart of Melbourne's rolling sandbelt country in the beachside suburb of Cheltenham, it offers a sporting experience on par with the world's best. The beautifully landscaped par 72 course, designed by Alistair Mackenzie, challenges amateur and professional golfers and was the host club of many of the great tournaments, including 2 Australian Open Championships and the next Australian Masters. James Nitties for birdie at the JBWere Masters 2009. So close again for James Nitties. It was moments ago, live now with Greg Chalmers. Tiger Woods at the 8th.
Once again, a putt there for Tiger that he had to treat with respect. 3 or 4 feet of break and very quick. But he knows, just keep plodding along, keep making pars. The birdie holes like 6 where he chipped it in close. He's got 12 and 14 coming up. Various holes that they're the ones you need to make the birdies on. You don't have to birdie every hole.
Cameron Percy tidying up. He's held himself together extremely well. I mean, he had a crisis moment back at the 4th, which he double bogeyed after a wayward tee shot, but he's consolidated with 4 consecutive pars since then. James Nitties for his par at the 7th hole.
Yeah, keep the momentum going here. Straight putt. Good. A couple of good putts the last 2 holes from that distance. Real good confidence boosters.
And we haven't seen Jason Duffner for a bit. He had 2 birdies in the first 3 holes. He looks, again, extremely composed, playing nicely within himself. Here's his 2nd into the 9th hole.
it looked a little shut at the top. Not quite a complete backswing there for Jason. Different to his other swings.
And the first time we've seen that sort of body language from him.
Correct.
Yeah, this 9th hole I consider to be one of the more difficult driving holes on the course. Formerly the 6th. First thing to recognise, it's long. Bunkers right and left, and it really narrows down here. And then the other thing which makes this hole quite demanding, not only just the fairway bunkers at the right, it's the putting surface itself. Quite a difficult putting surface, and the pin today very short, 8 on and 6 from the left.
Well, if you can drive it in the fairway here, we know he's in control, because he struggled with this tee shot all 3 days, and look at that, perfect.
He was left into the tee trees on Thursday, down the left side in the second cut Friday, and right in the bunker on Saturday. I think that just that shot tells us an awful lot about the control he has of himself today and the rhythm with which he's striking the golf ball.
Yeah, he's found it. Throw legs. Throw legs. That means it's either mishit or just flying a little bit high. And it'll throw legs right off the edge of the green, unfortunately. Quite a severe slope there. It's okay. It's an easy chip back up the hill from the upslope. Always makes it a bit easier.
Wow. He was saying grow legs, and it should have been saying get teeth and bite.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jason Duffner is just behind James Neddy's, Greg Chalmers and Tiger Woods. Nice move without anything particularly dramatic from Stuart Appleby. Just very consistent golf today, but lovely to see Adam Scott's ball striking bear some fruit with some better putting today.
Yeah, I look to Adam Scott to do well in the Aussie Open and the Aussie PGA coming up in a few weeks' time. He looks like he's getting his confidence back.
Now Neddy's at 8. Exposed part of the golf course, but there's no breeze today to speak of.
Going right, got to be going a little left. Yeah, in the deep bunker. You see the shade of green there. They've rebuilt the bunkers there. They were sort of wearing away. That's why the perfect edge to the bunkers and the different shade of green there on the left side. That's a tricky little bunker shot there coming down the hill.
Alessandro Canizares going very well today. This is his tee shot at 15.
You would have played with his dad, Jack, in Europe.
Jose Maria.
Yeah, good player.
Yes, he was a good player. Good guy, too. Well, that's pretty tasty.
He's had a tasty back 9, Jack. Started out 3-2, 5-3, 5. 3 birdies there at 10, 11 and 13. Didn't take advantage of the par 5s, funnily enough.
Well, it could have been awesome, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Good up and down there for Jason Duffner. Remains 2 under. Good opening half, 34. That's good. Tiger's been in really relaxed mode. I'm sure he's enjoying his time here in Melbourne. He's been talking to all of the players he's played with this week. He's been a very, very popular visitor.
Yeah, he spoke very warmly about his draw for the first 2 days. I mean, it was great to play with Craig Parry and Rod Pampling, who are old mates, and he spoke warmly about the golf course, about the visit to Australia in general.
Well, I must say, I see quite a bit of Tiger, obviously, playing in the States and covering the golf over there on CBS, and he loves the Australian players. He plays with Pamps in practice rounds. He plays with a number of the guys. He likes our sense of humour, and he's really enjoyed himself here this week.
A few Tiger Woods facts running across the bottom of your screen there. Not least that Mum makes that head cover for him every year.
See, the hobbies there include water sports. He is a pro at so many of them. He's in great shape, but underwater stuff, he loves going deep sea diving. Goes down a long way, much more than his advisors would like. And that's his ideal week off, is to take his buddies out on his boat, go out into the Gulf of Mexico somewhere and go diving.
Yeah, right.
Big diver, loves it. It's his favourite.
Does he use smoked salmon for bait like someone else we know, Ian?
It couldn't be Mr. Norman, could it?
Well,
Come on, Jack.
Greg liked the diving too, didn't he? And the fishing.
Oh, Jack's gone quiet on me.
It was.
Yeah, he has to be careful here that he doesn't let this spin down into that swale long left. No, just left it out there. He was concerned about that as well. Didn't want to go long left, so he didn't release it and come up short right.
Well, sometimes these short pins are the more difficult to get at. That's the point, especially on firm, fast greens like these are.
Now, he's used the putter quite regularly from off the fringe. Look, yeah, he's swinging the putter again here. Back at the second hole, he used a fairway wood or hybrid club. Left himself with an uphill putt.
Now, after that wonderful shot at 15, Canizares for 2. That's a bonus.
On that hole?
Yeah. 4 birdies and 6 holes on the back 9, but neither of the par 5s. Beautifully done by James Niddy's Paul.
Wow, that green's getting pretty quick, isn't it?
He's played some beautiful bunker shots the last couple of days that we've seen.
Cameron Percy into the 9th green.
Oh, what a cracking shot that is.
Apart from that one tee shot at the 4th, he looks very, very good.
Settled perhaps by a little laugh and a chat there with Tiger Woods. Woods leading the field. Greg Chalmers 12 under, just behind him. James Niddy's 11 under. Jason Duffner 10 under. We're bubbling nicely at Kingston Heath, and the world's #1 player is full of it.
Welcome back to the JBWere Masters live from Kingston Heath. And what an afternoon of golf we're in for now as Ian Baker-Finch joins me back in the commentary position. Ian, let's have a look at the Imperial Leather highlights from the first couple of hours this morning.
Yeah, it's great to see Stuart Appleby playing well again. He had a bad year over in the States. This is at the 2nd hole. He's got his coach and mentor Steve Bann on the bag with him this week, and he's in fine form. He's going to tap that one in. Now Greg Chalmers here at the opening hole. What a way to start. Beautiful tee shot. Obviously the heart's pounding there up the first. And like yesterday, a lovely little fairway wood there. Lands just short and bounces up close, leaving about 5 meters for an eagle. Just what he wanted, just a nice relaxer. The young American, Jason Duffner, with a birdie at the 3rd. Now James Niddy's at the 3rd, his 2nd shot. Hits the hole, nearly goes in. Unfortunately, he wouldn't make that putt, so just a par there at the 3rd for James Niddy's. Adam Scott playing well this week. Here he is at the 7th, holding a putt. Great to see. Every time he holds a putt, he's getting a little more confident. Tiger looks good today, Eddie.
2 shots clear at the moment. Here's why.
Beautiful stuff. The swing, even to a novice, you could see the difference in Tiger's swing today compared to yesterday. It must be the red shirt.
Certainly lifts him, doesn't it?
He's in fine form, that's for sure. James Nitty's playing nicely. And a great save there at the 4th.
Great to see Adam Scott starting to find his range again and start to putt well today.
You know, I wouldn't put it past him to do well, perhaps win either the Aussie Open or the Aussie PGA coming up in a couple of weeks' time. He's striking the ball better than anyone else, and he just needs to make a few more of these to get the confidence back. This is the best shot I've seen so far today. Absolutely superb. Nice little roll of the right hand on the way through to get a bit of right to left spin on that ball, and a tap-in birdie there at the 6th.
Looked like it was being drawn to the hole, didn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
That's the birdie for Tiger.
And then Greg Chalmers, not to be outdone on the same hole, the group following, just hits it straight at the hole with some spin. Win! And it didn't go in, but it went in on the next one for a nice birdie, and he's just a couple back.
The Imperial Leather highlights. Tiger Woods on the 9th, putting for par.
Yeah, not a very good second shot there for Tiger. And some work left here at the 9th. This has been his bugbear this week, this hole. Beautiful stroke. You see how well that ball rolled? And from 10 feet, straight in the middle, a little sigh of relief there for Tiger as he goes to the second 9. With a 2-shot lead over Greg Chalmers. Stevie Williams would be saying, good save there, mate. Well done. Keep it going.
He has been remarkably controlled, hasn't he, Tiger?
Very much so. And in a really good frame of mind as we watch Greg Chalmers here now. And he misses his par at the 8th. So back to 11, and there's the 2-shot difference.
Suddenly it opens up for the world number 1. 13 under. Greg Chalmers at 11 after bogeying the 8th. Jason Duffner, James Nitties, Francois Delamontagne from France. Cameron Percy back to even. Good to see Cameron fighting back there at 8 under, playing alongside Tiger Woods. What a day for him. Stuart Appleby 1 under through 11 at 7 under. Let's have a look at some of the other big names. Good to see, great to see Adam Scott and Craig Scott doing so well today too at 3 under, both 6 under for the tournament.
Yeah, fantastic. Michael Sim as well after such a brilliant year in the US. Winning 3 times on the nationwide tour. Rod Pampling, the defending champion, up there in the top 20 as well as...
Had 2 birdies and then had 3 bogeys, Rod Pampling, so it's just starting to come unstuck for him at the moment.
He jumped out well. We were expecting something great, weren't we, the way he looked.
Aaron Badley, who was a bit all over the place, 4 under today, which is great to see him finish full of steam.
Yeah, we've seen 167 and 368, a couple of 69s so far. Steve Bowditch there, a winner at the Queensland PGA at Toowoomba City Golf Club last week, playing well still.
Adam Bland with one of the rounds of the day at 5 under.
And so many good young Australians mixed in with a few Europeans and a couple of older guys. Michael Long there from New Zealand. Not a bad week for Michael as well. He's been around a long while. Jeff Ogilvy finishing even. Second for Greg Chalmers here at 9. Back live.
Come on, go, baby. Get in there.
And we were just talking to Jack Newton before. That's quite often the hardest shot is with those front hole locations. It's just hard to get it to land on because the greens are so firm. And as they leave the 9th, they'll head over here to the 10th. For those of you that know Kingston Heath and the layout, this is the old first, the way the members play it. But they've got the tee set back about 30 metres right underneath the new clubhouse. The majority of the field can drive it past the JB Weir sign there, down past the bunkers on the right, just over the crown of the hill. And what makes it difficult here is the greens really just at the end of the fairway, and it just stretches out. It's very deceiving. Runs off at the back, runs off at the right-hand side there, and the bunkers cut from 35 metres short of the green up to the green's edge really deceive the players and their club selection.
And here he is on the 10th, Tiger Woods.
Loaded!
Well, he didn't leave any of it behind. That's his first driver today. long down the left side. Actually, just
balls again.
Yeah, just caught the other ball there. So Cameron Percy hitting off first, and Tiger's just touched his ball. So when he gets down there, if they've seen that, they'll have to replace Cameron Percy's ball to where it was. James Nitty's second at 9. Beauty. Just feed down a little bit. There's a little swale in that left side of the green. He'll have an uphill putt for his birdie.
Important for James this hole, isn't it, Ian? Bogey on the 8th. He's even for the round. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys.
It's always good to get it back quickly. Get the confidence back, not let it get you down too much. Lefty Tim Wilkinson. Also played on the PGA Tour this year in the States. Didn't keep his card, but a fiery competitor.
1 over for the day, 600 for the tournament. 3 bogeys, 2 birdies on the outward 9, 37.
Playing alongside the American Jason Duffner, who's currently in 3rd place. Ooh, just a little conservative there with that one.
Duffner 2 under, out in 34. 2 birdies, pars all the way.
He needs to take advantage of the next little run of holes, 11 through 15. You can make some birdies, a couple of par 5s in that group.
He gets his par on the 10th. As Ian Baker Finch says, now he has to start playing championship golf.
Yeah, the second 9 is really when the competition starts. 2 putts would be good from here for Greg Chalmers. Can't get too aggressive, because if it gets past the hole, it's super quick down that hill, so well done.
So a 4 for Greg Chalmers, 35 out, having bogeyed the 8th. Birdies at the 1st and the 6th today, to be 1 under and 11 under for the tournament, trailing the Tiger by 2.
Tim Wilkinson remaining 1 over through 10. Looks a little...
Let's go down to Ian Healy, who's with Tiger on the course.
It's absolutely perfect down here, Eddie. It's like a big picnic now. The tension's gone out of the crowd. They're just waiting for the exhibition. The carpet here at Kingston Heath is perfect. A tiny little breeze coming from right to left. He's got 148 metres to the pin. And even Tiger himself, as we've mentioned a couple of times, has been very relaxed today. He's definitely ironed something out overnight. He's been talking to people on the tee. He's been talking at length to Cameron Percy. They're having a top time, and so are the people.
Heels, he's more than ironed it out. I think he sent it off to the dry cleaners.
He's hitting it so clean today.
Oh, sensational.
And his ability to stop the ball on these greens that everyone else is struggling with is like awesome to watch.
Well, I've said it a couple of times before, he really uses a ball that spins, the softest ball on tour. No one else uses a ball as soft that spins as much as Tiger. So what he gives up in the distance, he gains on courses like this, where you need to control the spin of the ball and get the ball to stop quickly. So although he doesn't drive it out there with the big bombers anymore, he's obviously adequate in length and controls the ball well around the greens.
Doesn't seem concerned about the length anymore.
It should be more than about the length too, to be honest with you. I think too much is focused on length of courses these days. We should see more of this style of course. So easy to do there. The first 10 metres of this green is quite a steep slope, and if you land it in the centre of the green or a little long, it fires through the green quite easily. And it's hard to land it into that front bank and skip it up. So this is another hole where it really suits Tiger with his height and spin. He can land it in the middle of the green and still hold it. ideal there. Stopped dead when it landed. You see a lot of the security people walking around just making sure everything's going smoothly. Big fella there in picture before us goes a guy by the name of Darrell, and he's been around for a long while. He used to look after Greg Norman many years ago with his security entourage, and they've done a wonderful job this week. The crowds have been great.
He's just been so generous, though, Tiger Woods, talking to the crowds, really helping out Cameron Percy, and he leads by 2 shots. Here we go, JB Weir Masters. We're on the back 9 on Championship Day. Cam Percy for birdie. James Nitties, 3 shots behind Tiger Woods. Let's go down to Ian Baker Finch, Mark Nicholas, and Jack Newton.
Now, Tiger Woods for birdie at the 10th.
Very quick from here. Very hard to see the amount of break as it gets down over that hill and really starts taking off into that back little swale. Similar to the style of putt he had back at the 7th. Thought he did a really good putt, and he's still got 4 foot left.
So this is the spare hole, the 11th, which has been brought into play so that we can play 2 tees here. 9th hole traditionally out in the middle of the course, 146 metres. Shot from the American.
It's a good addition. It's a nice hole, but it's not as good as the old 10th that we've had to miss out in this rotation. It's, I thought, the classic of all of the par 3s, the old 10th.
Cameron Percy gets his par. I agree with you, Ian. I think it's the 10th hole here, the original 10th. One of the best short holes in the world. Woods to clean up. A whole different ball game today. The body English is different. The golf swing is a little bit different. And even the putting, where he just crashed that in right in the middle.
Yeah, like he'd already holed it. He was just going through the formalities. Exactly, as we see the ball positioning of our final group. James Nitties, Greg Chalmers, both down there around the 300-yard mark. That's what they have left.
Doesn't like it. He's tugged it to the right. Left-hander's full shot. And that is a mean shot. He's got a heap of sand to carry. And then from the edge of the bunker down to the hole, it's downhill.
Ahead now to Duffner. This for 2 at the 11th. That was a good effort. He thought he'd made that, or he certainly hit it where he aimed anyway.
Interesting to watch his putting stroke, Ian. He looks like he shuts it going back and then opens it on the way through.
Which is actually similar to his swing, where he's a little shut at the top and then rotates through and opens it on the way through. So it's a, you see that a lot
Eddie's, who's a left to right ball hitter. Should suit him, but let's see if he finishes his backswing. If he doesn't, he'll pull it.
Good shot.
Well, nobody wants to go over the back of this green, believe me, and no one quite sure what reaction the ball's going to have when it hits that 10th green.
Well, let's take a look at the spare hole here. The members call it the 19th. It's a hole that's added, and whenever they do use the 2T rotation, it becomes the 11th, and the 1st and 10th holes become up near the clubhouse. So this week, the 11th hole averaging 3.10. Once again, like the 10th, Jack, you don't want to go over the back of this green and have to come back up that slope. Good hole.
I thought the 19th hole was where you had a drink in.
It is for us. We might even try out the 19th later on.
We will for sure.
Little dust settler.
Now, Tiger dropped this hole yesterday. He hit quite a good shot, but he just pulled a little bit and then hit the bank of the green, and well, he had no shot. And off to the left of where that flag is, you do not want to be.
I think middle of the green here, just below the hole, would be an ideal shot.
What control that takes.
How does he do that?
Take his backswing, and he started the downswing and stopped.
When he was a young fella, he used to play with his dad, and his dad would do anything he could to put him off, to distract him, make him a better match player. And he said he learned to stop like that because he never knew what his dad was going to do in the middle of his backswing or downswing. So I guess it's become a bit of a habit. I've seen him do it a few times, and it looks like he's hurt his back. He stopped so quickly.
But he wasn't going long and left today, was he? Short and right today.
Very true.
Fair few twos there today. 8 or 9 of them.
Yes, if you do go for the heart of the green, you leave yourself a slightly uphill putt, and it's definitely a fraction slower, this green. It's still a bit newer.
Good bunker player, Greg Chalmers. Well, I don't think he can do much better out of there. That was a wonderful shot.
A reminder of where we are at Kingston Heath on this quite beautiful day. Ideal conditions. Tiger Woods, a couple ahead of Greg Chalmers. Jason Duffner and James Diddy's tucked in behind Chalmers. Stuart Appleby playing very nicely today, a couple under par. What a time we're having on the sandbelt.
Welcome back, and Melbourne's cultural heart can be found in the Yarra River precinct around the historic Princes Bridge. The eclectic Federation Square, which features a range of the city's leading art galleries, cinemas, restaurants, cafe and bars, stands on the river's edge in stark relief with a grand old dame across the road, Flinders Street Station. Nearby South Bank Promenade is one of Melbourne's most popular dining and shopping precincts, with a line of chic cafes and restaurants along the river, leading to the 5-star glitz of Crown Casino. Melbourne's Yarra Precinct. Back live, Greg Chalmers. Still trails Tiger by 2 strokes, gets his par on the 10th. Tiger Woods on the 11th. This for par. As always, Tiger leads by 2.
Great 2-putt par save there for Tiger Woods at 11. Go to the par 5 now, and Jason Duffner. Is that nice balanced finish you talked about, Jack?
Yeah, I think some of the members out there and ladies could do a lot worse than take a recipe out of that book and hold their finish. Balance is very important in any sport, but particularly golf.
The same thing on putting. Even holding the finish on a putt. If you're practicing your putting on the putting green, just stay still, maybe keep your head still, don't look for it, and that helps as well. As we take a look at the 12th, we just saw Jason Duffner hit his second shot there, come up just short of the green. Here's what they face. Averaging just under its par. Normally you'd expect the par 5s to be well under par on average, but this one has some teeth, doesn't it?
Sure does. First of all, it's a long par 5. Problems down the left, there's a hazard, and you have a choice from the tee. You can either go left of that middle bunker or right. Right is the more congenial, and then bunkers on the right short, and a long narrow green. I can tell you the pin at 12 is 21 on and 6 from the right. The whole, it particularly gets difficult when the southerly's blowing off the sea here, the sou'easter or sou'wester.
Yeah, good shot.
Cameron Percy, apart from one mistake with the driver today, has been hitting it very nicely and out there for distance with Tiger Woods. He's taken the right-hand side of the bunkers.
He's no slouch off the tee, is he?
No, he gets it out there. He spent a week with Dale Lynch at his golf academy in South Carolina back in September and really took a lot out of that week, he said. Had him in good stead coming into this part of his golfing year.
Yeah, Dale Lynch looks after a lot of great players, doesn't he? Jeff Ogilvy, Aaron Badley now has returned to him.
Tiger with the driver.
Yeah, it's a different person out there today, Jack.
What's that song? What a difference a day makes.
Yeah, he's been singing that all morning.
Down the left-hand side as well, that is the short road.
Oh yeah, he can get there for 2. Perfect angle of attack. Add another name to that list of Dale Lynch's disciples, and Matty Goggin as well, who actually moved to Charlotte to be closer to Dale's academy.
Now Chalmers here at the par 3.
Jack, I reckon that's where they're aiming on that hole, just middle of the green.
That's a sucker pin, and you do not want to go at that pin. I mean, 1.5 meters left and you're dead. Long, you're dead. As we have a look at Stuart Appleby here at the 14th, the par 5. Couple under today, going nicely. I watched him at the start of the week, hit some balls on the range, and I thought he was swinging as good as I've seen for a while. I think he gets a bit shut, and a bit like Tiger said yesterday, when he does, he starts hitting a few left, and then of course you end up sticking your body in the road to stop it going left and push some. So I thought he had the club set at the top of his swing in a really good spot.
He's got his coach and caddy on the bag there with him. That's Steve Bann, good player himself in his day. Actually led the Masters back in '88, the year I was fortunate enough to win it, and just didn't finish it off, but good player. Settle down there.
I can tell you his third will be no snack.
They attack that hole at the wrong time, I think, Jack. It seems strange to me that they take on those bunkers when there's no chance of getting to the green.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to have some fun there off that sandy lie. Duffner plays 3rd to 12. And a beauty.
He's 3 behind Woods. Maybe only 2 in just a few moments' time as we go back to the 11th tee.
It is right over on the right-hand side of the tee here, you can see. Pin left, so it gives him a better angle to have a crack at it. Oh, what a shot from James. It is. You won't see a better shot than that.
Unbelievable shot.
That to go to 11 under, Jack.
Took a fair amount of intestinal fortitude, Warren. Have a crack at that pin where it is.
Boy, that was tight there. Barely a couple of paces of green to work with between the flag and the bunker. He threaded the needle. Duffner makes birdie at 12. He's only 2 back of Woods.
Yeah, you've got to do that here. There's a little stretch of holes where you must take advantage. So just remain patient through the turn on these holes and then try and gather a couple up.
Chalmers runs it across the edge.
Yeah, he's running past the edge on 3 or 4 occasions today.
Well, I thought he made it. Fantastic putt.
Both Greg and James have been treading water for some time now in this final round. They might be just warming to the task.
Here we've got Adam Scott at the picturesque 15th. Look at that posture. That's sensational posture.
It's the Miss Venezuela of golf swings, isn't it?
That's a sister as well with a shot he's played.
Beautiful. Unfortunately, sometimes the putting stroke is more Phantom of the Opera.
But not so today, fortunately, Warren. He's actually doing pretty well. You see the drive positioning there for Percy and Woods here at 12. What a beautiful view there.
Be short.
This course wasn't opened until 1925. The club moved from Elstonwick. In the first year of the course, there was no bunkers, and they waited for Alistair Mackenzie to come in when he was doing the course at Royal Melbourne in 1926 to lay out the bunkering here and place the bunkers. And Dan Suto, the original designer, Mackenzie came in and helped with the bunkering, and Mick Morecambe and his group with the construction company, and he did so many of the bunkers in this area. Did a great job too, didn't he?
He sure did. Of course, in golf course architecture, that's the key. You can do a great design, but you've got to transpose that onto the piece of dirt you've got to work with. And obviously Morecambe's done a wonderful job. Tiger coming from the short line, as Warren said, according to my yardage here, he's got about 245.
Lucas is down there with him.
Yeah, he's going back to his 3-wood here and absolutely annihilated it.
Loves it.
Let's see how it goes.
Oh, wonderful shot. Eight great shots.
He was nearly going to go back to his 2-iron or 3-iron there because he saw Cameron Percy come up 30 yards. So he was thinking, I don't think I can get there, but oh, did he hit that one?
What a shot, Lucas. That's just spectacular stuff there.
268 metres he had there, straight into the teeth, and his driver only went 264, so that gives you an example.
Spectacular shot.
I don't know who was inhabiting his body yesterday, but they've left the planet. James Nitties. He makes it 2 at the 11th.
Alistair Presnell at 15. Playing alongside Adam Scott. Can he hit one in there close like Scotty? Oh, it's the 2 Venezuelan sisters. There at 15. That's feeding back towards the hole. Look at this.
Miss Columbia might go in. We better take a break. Just regather ourselves. Tiger, an eagle putt coming up at 12. He's 2 clear at the moment of Duffner, Chalmers and Nitties. What a back nine we have for you here at Kingston Heath. Don't you go away.
Welcome back to the JBWere Masters live from Kingston Heath in Melbourne in high definition, delivered by Samsung LED TV. About half an hour ago, Jack Newton and Ian Baker Finch said, right, this is where the tournament will be won or lost in the next half hour or so. And have a look at this. Tiger Woods at 13 under, but now they're starting to make some charges. At 3 under par today, Jason Duffner just birdied the 12th, and James Nitties just birdied the 11th. Greg Chalmers so very, very close to getting his birdie. Stuart Appleby.
Yeah, that was Stewart's third shot at 14. He only needed another metre on that, and that would have bounced down towards the hole.
Stewart 2 under for the day, 8 under for the tournament.
Now Alistair Presnell get a lovely shot in here to the par 3 15th, as did Adam Scott. And both players have tapped in for their birdies. So Presnell 1 over on his round today, but 4 under. Leading the Australian Tour Order of Merit, up close to $200,000 this year.
Tiger for eagle. Jackie's been missing to the right most of the times on his putts today, and to the left.
Yeah, but I think all in all, he's really turned his game around, Ed, and these greens are getting pretty fiery at the moment, and they're not easy to read. But, well, tap-in birdie at the longest hole in the golf course ain't all bad, is it?
How about that 3-wood, Eddie? You hit your 3-woods like that, about 265 metres?
I hope there are 4 goes at it. Birdie for the Tiger. He now leads by 3 through 12.
Appleby for birdie now, the other par 5. That's the one thing that's really held him back more than anything this year. He's been working a bit on his swing, trying to gain confidence and whatever, but he said just hasn't been making the putts that he was making through all those seasons on the US Tour where he was winning every year. It doesn't take much, Jack, does it?
Well, I recall seeing him 4-putter a green early on. I think it might have been about the 5th or the 6th at the US Open, and I thought, well, I can't believe that. And that's the sort of thing that'll chip away at the old grey matter in your head, and perhaps that's his problem. This needs a bit of confidence as we have a look at the tee shots of James Nitties, who's hit a good tee shot, but Tiger Woods was another 15, 20 metres up ahead near that white dot you can see up above James Nitties' ball. I don't think he can reach, but he can get close.
At least.
Big difference, isn't it, when you can knock it on that green in 2. The rest of the field going back into not a stiff southerly, but certainly a 1-club southerly breeze. Hard to get to that green in 2. And they jump ahead 1 now to the 13th. Short par 4. If you want to get a little brave, you can take the driver out here and drive it down over the right edge of these bunkers. Get it down up there with just a lob wedge left to the green. But the real correct way to play it is a long iron or a 3-wood, sort of level with the bunkers, and go in with an 8 or 9 iron for the second. It's a treacherous green, lots of undulations, a big hump right in the middle, and up in that back left corner it slopes quite severely left to right, and a little swale and runoff down there in the back right section of the green. So Tiger has been taking an iron from the tee here all 3 days and is doing it again today. Yesterday, actually, sorry, he hit the driver and hit the driver way right, trying to be aggressive.
Yeah, one of the top things about this hole is that the green is 36 metres long, so it's part of 4 clubs front to back. And the pin today, 31 on and 6 from the left, so. Chalmers now 3rd shot to 12. Long way back. I suggest he's perhaps driven it in the bunker.
There's a couple of poor iron shots at 10, and then again here, Jack, one way to the right and one now to the left.
It's called the army swing, isn't it? Left, right, left, right.
That's right. It's pretty much every time you miss one to the right, the next one's going to be missing to the left. It's unbelievable how easy that happens as we watch Jason Duffner now ahead at 13.
Well, that was a bit of a shove, wasn't it?
Yeah, that the shoulders came up there. It's really overcooked it. It's a 6 foot by too. Yeah, that was a way different stroke to ones in the past where he stays down on it and just extends through. That one was definitely an early look, and the left shoulder came up.
Well, just to put things in perspective for our overseas viewers, most of you would have seen how quick Augusta is. Now these would be just as quick, but there's not as much slope in these greens as there are, say, at Augusta, so they are quick. And if you have a bit of a brain explosion like he just did there, that's what happens. And now he's 3-putted, and so frustration sets in. But that's the point about the greens here on this sand belt. Royal Melbourne, of course, more undulation than here, and when they get to about 12, 13 on the stimpmeter like these are, the slope exaggerates the speed, and putting becomes a nightmare.
So on the 13th, Jason Duffner drops a stroke. He goes back to 10 under par, trailing James Nitties and Greg Chalmers of Australia on 11, who are 3 behind Tiger Woods. Welcome back to the Jaguar Masters as we get to the business end of the final round. Tiger Woods by 3 shots from Greg Chalmers and James Nitties of Australia. 11 under, Jason Duffner, 10 under. Here's the Tiger.
Wise decision from the tee today with the long iron. Still only a wedge for the second.
The guy got me right in my downswing. That camera guy got me right in my swing.
Well, Tiger obviously not too happy about that.
After I swing.
And fortunately the ball's run off the green down that little swale to the right, and he's not a happy chappy.
Fair enough too. I mean, it's not hard to wait till the ball's been struck before you fire off. Should we watch Nitties?
Bloody thing. Get in the hole. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get over. Get over. Get over.
That's that ridge we talked about at 13. If you don't get over that, it's a really tricky, fast putt now across left to right and down.
Yeah, I think he was coming from the rough in. I think he expected the ball to jump a bit more, release. Chalmers now at 12. We saw him push his 3rd shot here. And he normally is an outstanding bunker player, and that's a very good shot from where he was.
Yeah, great shot. 2 really good shots from the bunkers there, 10 and 12.
Heard Tiger say, that guy got me right in my backswing. Camera up, right. Good shot. A little tester for par.
A few red shirts in the gallery today, have you noticed that? I think they sold out of red Nike shirts in the pro shop.
Yeah, I was reading as we watched James Nitties putt here for a 4. He needs to get it in. It bounced to the right. Big swing left to right as well, but I think it caught a little spike mark there and caused it to shoot to the right. Since they signed him up, Nike, their turnover now $600 million.
In golf. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. He's certainly a... he is the brand. You think of Nike, you think of Tiger.
Okay, guys, let's have a look yesterday, the Holden SIDI drive cam swing analysis. This was Tiger Woods yesterday, Jack, when you said he was all over the place.
Now look how far the head drops and then comes up again. I was always taught that up and down head movement was no good. A little bit of lateral movement's okay. And perhaps we can have a look at...
Yeah, we'll try and get one of today's.
One of today, and there's some marked difference.
Oh, it's a different person.
Rhythm and timing is totally different.
Oh, it's impeccable, isn't it, today?
We'll have a good look at his drive on the 15th. Sorry, on the 14th. Par 5.
You can always tell, as we saw there on yesterday's swing off 13, when the head does go up and down like that, if it sinks down too much on the way down, that's where he gets stuck behind him, and then the left shoulder has to come up and the head comes up so violently, and then he has to catch up and flip the hands, and the right shoulder, the telltale sign is always that high right shoulder on the way through. But it's all about the hand release. If you get stuck behind, the shot that goes high right and the shot that goes low left quickly is actually the same swing. It's just a different hand release.
Yep. Well, a lot of the teaching now is about getting to the top and then letting your arms drop. But I don't believe it's about letting your head drop too. Tiger Woods for par. He'll be absolutely filthy with that because everything was going smoothly. And photographer got him right in the middle of his backswing on the second shot.
3 shots clear. Drops 1 here at least.
If I were that photographer, I wouldn't be seen anywhere near for the next few holes. I might take the rest of the day off.
There's a bit to be said for escorting the photographer off the course. There's been enough warnings.
Yeah, look, I think the problem, Eddie, is, and a lot of people who don't play golf can't understand it, but traditionally there's silence. As we watch Greg Chalmers try and get a par. Gee, look how quick that is now. Boy, he just touched that. There's silence, Eddie, and suddenly, if someone clicks a camera, it's distracting because there is silence. I think the players can handle anything if it was consistent, but
correct.
It's not consistent.
Good point.
Just watch this shot and go down to Ian Healy, who was down right amongst it when the camera went off. Heels, what was the go?
Yeah, it was one of the official snappers, one of the guys in the yellow vest. Steve Williams was told by Tiger who it was and where he got him. And Steve went over and had a bit of a crack, and the bloke didn't apologise or anything, so I think they took further offence at that. He probably just needed to say sorry and they've moved on, but there's a few little anxious moments out here. I'm just walking up the 14th now.
How ironic it is that that's the Nikon hole.
Nikon hole. He mightn't have been using that sort of filming on the Nikon camera.
I think if he had his way, it might have ended up like that bloke's mobile phone the other day.
But that's a good look at the hole and how long and narrow that green is. Jack said 36 metres long. You can hit lots of various shots in there to get it done. Unfortunately for Tiger, a bogey.
So that was a good swing. You could tell straight away without looking where the ball went that was, well, that's a wonderful tee shot. He smashed it down the middle of the fairway. Finished his backswing and good timing with it.
Let's take a look at this swing.
A Holden SIDI drive cam swing analysis, James Niddy's.
Yeah, just beautiful balance here. See it? They don't overextend and push out. It's really just a turn of the shoulders. He releases the left knee there nicely, and now the left hip just fires. The hands drop to the inside. And he maintained that posture and balance beautifully. Every shot right up there on high on the top of the right toe. And the good thing for James Niddies is he takes the left-hand side of the course out of play. He takes it back, left shoulder low, right shoulder low on the way through and holds the club face off.
Yeah, he does hit the odd shot left, but they're not hooks, they're pulls. Good. Because he hasn't finished his backswing. Greg's hit a little mini head deal here. The last 3 holes from where he was earlier in the round, where he was just fairway, green, bang.
That's right, yeah, the pull second shot at 10 and then a couple of blocks out to the left for him, the left-hander on the last 2 holes. Tiger has to regroup here. There's nothing wrong with his swing, nothing wrong with the game. Just forget about that last bogey. That's unfortunate for him. That's what happens sometimes. And now yesterday he hit a good drive here. Started over on the right side of the tee and hit a nice high draw. That's what he's doing again today.
He's not getting trapped there, Ant.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Lovely release. Great arm and hand speed.
What a noise it makes when he smashes that driver. Total different sound to most of the other guys.
And he'll be able to reach from there too. A long way up the left side.
Now, Greg Chalmers from a fairly tight lie here. The crowd been mulling around this area.
Maybe a little low back foot punch, run it up.
Get up. Get up.
Well. Clever shot. Clever shot of a fairly ordinary line. The trick there is not to let the club head beat your hands. Your hands have got to stay in front of those sandy lies. Otherwise, you'll hit it fat.
That's right. That's why the players will put it back a little bit in the stance to make sure they lead with the hands. Hit down on the ball a little more and catch the ball first. Typically, if you do catch it nicely too, it'll spin a little bit more, even though it comes out lower.
Yeah, it usually spins if you catch it correctly on the second or third bounce. Oh, who's that? Glad it's not mine.
Cameron Percy. Heels is right in there. What happened, mate?
Yeah, well, he's pushed it right off the tee. Fairly long, but way right. And you can see it right through there. He's no chance. He'll have to... I think he's hit another one already, but while I was in here. But danger in here for Cameron.
Okay, let's have a look. The Holden SIDI drive cam swing analysis on Cameron Percy. And this is the one.
All right, this is off the 14th tee. Beautiful at the top there. Sits down into the shot nicely. Well, we might have got just a little bit quick with the hips there. He hits it a long way. He's trying to rip one down there and get onto that par 5 green in 2. But to me, that looked like he sort of spun out a little bit with the lower half. Just couldn't catch up and blocked it out to the right.
So Cameron Percy, the local boy, is 1 under for the day, 9 under for the tournament, trailing Tiger Woods by 4. But he has got his work cut out for him. The JB Ware Masters. Welcome back, JB Ware Masters, live from Kingston Heath. This is Cameron Percy. He's a local boy. He knows the area like the back of his hand, but I don't think even he's been in this part of the course too often, Jack.
No, and it's a part that he won't want to go again either, I don't think. But you've got to take this back as far as he likes from the position where the ball lies and the flag. He found a little clearing here, but you know, we saw him in deep trouble early on today at the 4th, where he went left. I think he was trying to play a cut shot there, but this one he just pushed it. Got a bit trapped on the way back. I mean, the key there is...
Can I move that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Russell Swanson's getting a lot of TV time this week.
Yeah.
Rules official from the Australasian PGA Tour.
Not sand or soil. That's fine.
I'll drop it there.
Caddy will rush out and try and get a number for him from where he's going to play from. He just wants to hit a wedge or 9-iron, get it in play, then get his 4th up near the green or on the green. There he comes.
Yeah, what I was going to say, Ian, about, you know, for the club golfer, your arms and your body have got to work in sync. If your body gets too quick with your hands, then your hands can't catch up. And if your hands get too fast with your body can't catch up. So it's all about trying to keep the arms and the body in sync with good balance and rhythm. I think that's pretty much the way I'd sum it up.
And this, once again, like at the 4th, the unplayable lie. He goes back in a line from the flag through his ball, and he can go back as far as he likes, take a drop, 1-shot penalty. He'll now be playing 3. as we go up to the green, and Jason Duffner.
Now, I reckon these greens have got to this fella.
Certainly looks like it in the last 3 holes, doesn't it?
He wouldn't be the first person that's happened to.
That's right, the 3-putt from really only 3 or 4 metres back at 13, and then another missed short one here.
It's not so much the longer putts, it's the short ones, you know, the couple of metres. They're the ones that are, you start missing them, it's tough to make them on slick greens like this. It is for birdie.
Didn't hit a very good second shot, did he, from close range to leave it that far short.
Down the step, then it comes back to his right. Very good putt.
No damage done, but he would really have thought from where he was after a brilliant drive to have been able to get that a lot closer.
Yeah, he didn't do enough with the pitch, did he, as we watched Cameron Percy extricate himself from Magumbu.
Ian Healy was right in amongst it there. Heels.
Yes, Eddie, I was the one who actually threw the ball out to Cameron's caddy, and right next to his ball is this one. I reckon it's Jack's, one of Jack's from the early 80s. That was right there. So, Jack, we finally found it, mate.
Oh, that's not fair. Jack would have been much further up.
You'll keep, Heels. Tiger Woods at 14 now. Pretty decisive shot this, I think, in terms of where we're going with this championship. And we saw him come unstuck with this club a couple of times yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's a little brave, Jack, to be honest with you. I'd rather see him with an iron here and just get it in play, to be honest with you. There's a lot of disaster areas up around this green.
And that was a pitch similar to the ones a couple he hit yesterday, straight right. I think he was trying to step on their throats, Ian, like his mother told him.
That's right. Yeah, when you're in the lead, try and get further in front. But that's so easy to just overturn that a little bit into that slight breeze and hit it into the junk, so he's bailed out to the right. That'll be a par there for Greg Chalmers, a little 2-footer or so left. That is a treacherous hole location at 13 today. If you could get it just underneath the hole and leave yourself a 6-footer up the hill, that's okay, but from anywhere else.
Francois de la Montagne, the Frenchman, after 15, 200 for the day. Now within 4 shots of the lead.
Well, he's moved up in time for 5th. Chalmers cleans up. Putts are hard to come by now. The greens are crusty, quick, not easy to read, and not easy to get the speed right, most importantly.
Over to 14, Cameron Percy now, after having to take the penalty drop, plays 3rd into play here, short of the beautiful big nest of bunkers up on the right side. This is 4th, and still with a long iron, I would say. Probably a 4-iron from here.
That putt again.
Really well played. From that distance, a couple of 100 metres away. Outside chance of still saving the par. It's been a big day for Cameron Percy, playing alongside Tiger Woods in front of the home crowd.
Will it roll back?
Yeah, it could get all the way back to the hole here.
This might even go in. Oh, shot.
That's a great hole location there today. I love that pin, because if you're brave, you can get it close. But if you go a little long, it's an impossible chip, and it's a beauty.
It's crunch time, I think, for Nitties and Chalmers. And they've got to get a 4 down here.
Yeah, you just don't want to get to those last 3 holes needing 2 birdies, do you? Because par's are a good score on the tough par 4s coming up.
Apart from 18, I just don't see a birdie after this, unless you really nail something at 15, the par 3, like we just saw the Frenchman. And Duffner. A good comeback after missing those couple of short putts.
So back to 11 under. Equal second with James Nitties, Greg Chalmers, 2 shots behind Tiger Woods. This is Tiger.
Yes, he's not far off the green, but the big difference in being just down in front with a long iron and from the short grass, and now coming from here, hard to control the spin from this spindly, long, dry rough.
He just tried to play it off his back foot and trap it, but that spindly stuff just wrapped around his club, and not a good result. But a very difficult shot, I must say, from that lie.
I think he's running on hot a little still, to be honest, with the bogey at 13 from the camera shot in the middle of the downswing. Probably got him there. But from where he was from the tee on 14, I still think a long iron, trundle it down just short, would have been a better option.
So the door just ever so slightly ajar, and we return at the JB Masters. From our commentary box on Nines Wide Water Sports, up the 18th, and huge crowds starting to get in position because they know this is going to be a grandstand finish. Tiger Woods leads by 2 shots after 13. 3 under for the day. Jason Duffner being able to pick up a birdie at 15 to get right back into it at 11 under. Greg Chalmers and James Nitties.
Tiger Woods at 14 now, long birdie putt. Remember, he was off to the right in the weeds, and chipped back to here. Rock solid par 5. But just a glimpse of hope here for Duffner, Nitties and Chalmers, who are playing this par 5, which is a definite birdie hole. So, just a minute, we might have a couple of players here in Chalmers and Nitties who will just be one behind, which will make life pretty exciting over the concluding stages of JB Weir Masters of 2009.
Tag Heuer watch. Trophy in the jacket go to the victor this afternoon. And a cheque for $270,000 as Ian Baker Finch shows me his Tag Heuer watch.
It's a Tiger Woods special, signed on the back and everything.
It's a beauty, isn't it? Don't leave it down today, Ian. Cam Percy for bogey.
I thought that if I bought one of Tiger Woods' watches, I might start playing like him, but it hasn't worked, and it's been a couple of years.
Cam Percy actually sent me an email 6 weeks ago, Jack, asking if he'd have the Collingwood Football Club insignia put on his bag for the BGA Tour next year in the United States.
That'd be good.
Yeah, well, no argument from the president, I can tell you. What about that for a shot?
Alistair Presnell, I've got to say that all of the Aussies have something Australian on their golf bags over on the US Tour. Robert Allenby has a boxing kangaroo and Come On Aussie on it, and apples with the apples and the Aussie flag. And
Jeff Ogilvy, I think, has got the St Kilda emblem, football club emblem on his back of his shoes.
Well, there's what the players have got, Nitties and Chalmers, into this green. And they've pretty much got to attack now. Got to try and make up some ground on the Tiger. It looked like he flushed that low.
Yeah. He's been good with that shot, hasn't he? Like the first. A little runner with the fairway wood.
Oh, terrific shot from Chalmers. That would have been probably at his optimum length to get there from where he was.
That's what I thought Tiger should have done with a long iron. Just trap a long iron and use that slope to run it down there short.
Adam Scott, 7 under, couple under for the round. A couple of pretty special shots in there by the look of it.
They both hit great shots into 15. Remember before they headed in stiff and made birdies. And both hit good shots at 9 as well. So they're following each other around here, these two.
Big shot for Nitties.
Come round. Come round.
Right, is there anything to carry on the block?
Now that's gone, I think, a long way right. The question is, has it carried the major part of the junk? This Tiger plays his tee shot at 15, up the hill.
Didn't get that run back, but it's
a pretty damn good
beautiful shot. I was about to say light shot for Tiger there with the whole location right in the middle of the green as high as he hits it.
Adam Scott, birdie putt, final hole. And he's made it. Wow.
Turnaround for Adam Scott's confidence the last few weeks. 3rd in Singapore 2 weeks ago, and then another fine showing here over the weekend. Well done.
69 to Adam Scott. 3 under today and 8 under for the tournament.
71, 71, 69. Now, really paid the penalty there for an ordinary second shot. And he's lying short in 3. Has to get 5. But Greg Chalmers in good position.
That would have been a lot of fun for Alistair Presnell today, playing alongside Adam Scott. Presnell, just watch out for him next couple of years. He's really had a great season.
Round of 72 even on the day for Alistair Presnell. 5 under for the tournament in 12th position.
Now, good shot from our low camera there. You can see the slope on this green from where Tiger is down to the hole. Not too long a putt, but very quick.
They just get so scarily fast, these putts. It's only slightly downhill, but he'll just touch it. And you've got to really pick the line perfectly. There's no... it's either right or it isn't. Well, they love him here in Melbourne. Sorry, mate, I had to do that. What a birdie there at 15 for Tiger Woods. Moves back to 14 under. And he's 3 shots in front, but we've got 3 tough par 4s coming up.
Well, what does they say? Never oval the fat lady sings, but she's humming.
Just clearing a throat. He just hit the wrong shot at the wrong time, Jack, didn't he, with the second shot there?
Yeah, he sure did. It was like he didn't trust to aim it down the left and hit his customary fade, and staring 6 in the face at a hole where after his tee shot you would have thought possibly a 4. Now let's not forget about Jason Duffner.
Pretty popular spot there at 16. It's dead long, and so many players come up just in that little swale short right. He thought it was good.
Yeah, just a little bit more breeze up in the higher points of the course where pushing that ball at 16. Now Chalmers in front edge.
How good would this be if it went in? Eagle 3.
Gives Greg Chalmers a chance to go outright second.
He needs to make that one and then hit a good shot at 15 as we take a look at the start of the homeward stretch, Jack. These tough par 4s coming up. This blind shot over the hill at 16, it's not an easy hole.
No, I think it's probably one of the toughest holes on the course, particularly when the southerly's blowing strongly. It pushes the golf balls towards the trees on the right. 245 to that bunker. Can't see a tee shot, it's blind. And this green here is a double green with, well, what's the second this week? And the pin on 30. And, well, I don't quite know how they get 8 from the right because there is no right. It goes onto the second green, but we'll go with 13 from the left, I think, from mine.
I'm with you. Yeah, well, I don't know where the demarcation line is for those two greens at, between 2 and 16, but there is a ridge between the two. And this is a really big shot for Tiger because if you don't hit a good shot here, you bring 6 into play. And although he's got that 3-shot lead currently, probably only be 2 after Chalmers makes birdie, you can really hit this one into the junk quite easily.
Yeah, well, there is a little bit of left to right here, and it's a blind shot, so it's a matter of picking the right line. And of course, this hole was made famous when Greg Norman took 9 here some years ago, and the great Roger Mackay got up and knocked him off to win the championship.
Yeah! Yeah!
Perfect.
Well, whatever it was he was thinking of yesterday, he's erased it from his memory, and today it's just picture perfect. He's really dissecting the course, shaping his shots so beautifully, which he loves to do. No one shapes the ball as well these days as Tiger.
Par putt for Nitties.
Well, see, that stretch, Jack, 12 through 14, you really want to make a couple of birdies, and he went par, par, bogey. So sort of like dropping a couple of shots at least to the field there.
Yes, as we'll watch Jason Duffner's ball come off the green to the right, and nicely played. I think now the only serious challenge will come from Duffner or Chalmers. Chalmers in particular. If he can make this putt, it's certainly not over.
James Nitty's bogey drops him back to even for the day and 10 under.
Oh, huge chance there for Chalmers not to be.
Oh, he'll be sick after that. He made such a good par save at 12. He really needed that one to stay in touch. He remains 3 back.
It was to go outright second and get within 2 shots of Tiger Woods. Greg Chalmers missing that opportunity.
And he'll make his way over here to the par 3 15th, one of the most recognisable holes in all of Australian golf. One of the great par 3s. Uphill shot, about a half a club of uphill in it. The green, possibly the highest part of the golf course here. Deep bunker in the front left there, 2 or 3 metres deep, but we haven't seen a lot of action in there today because the hole's placed in the back. If you do miss this to the right or long, it's dead. 4's a good score. Deep bunkering to the right and a huge swale and runoff area over the back, but quite a gentle hole location today. We've seen a lot of birdies.
You need something special, Greg Chalmers.
Special enough?
That's pretty special.
Very special. Boy, we've seen some great shots in here today. Sensational. Just what he needed.
Which just goes to show how disappointing that last putt was.
That's right, because if he makes that birdie, knocks this one in,
he'd be a shot behind.
Shot behind. Anything can happen in golf, and very quickly. James Niddies needs the same result here. Try and make it 2. Get back on track. Play aggressively. Final 3. Half a club short.
I don't know whether he missed it or he just didn't take enough club.
He might be a little down. He might have just missed that a bit dejected. Boy, that green looks shiny from this side, doesn't it? Across the green.
Jason Duffner gets his par, remains equal second, 3 shots behind Tiger Woods with 2 holes to play.
Look at where the golf balls have... Tiger Woods certainly there. Not sure where Cameron Percy's got to, but there's the shot from the low camera angle, what he's got left. Then today, as I've already told you, 30 on and 13 from the left. Never an easy shot to judge in here because the green's below you and a bit of a hanging lie on the fairway. And the one thing you've got to be careful of is you don't turn it over.
Correct. Yeah, over the back left is brings that tea tree into play, doesn't it? Some friendly flies. I think high fade here, Jack, because you've got a little bit of a bank on the right-hand side that if you overfade it, it may feed back towards the hole. Just at all costs, avoid the left side of the green.
His feet appear to be aiming for that shot, I think. I thought he'd hold it for a second.
Well, you're seeing the Tiger in full flight right now. We saw him struggle through and be lucky to make 72 yesterday in the 3rd round, but today his game's right where he wants it to be.
He really clipped this beautifully. You could tell from the sound off the club face. Hit it miles in the air.
It's hard to describe just how special that shot was, from a slightly hanging right to left downhill lie to hit a high fade, knowing that left or long was potential disaster. Great shot. Chalmers a birdie at 15.
Moves into outright second position now, 12 under, 2 behind Tiger Woods. 1 clear of Jason Duffner from the United States of America on 11 under. James Niddies at 10 under. When we return, the JB Weir Masters. Tiger Woods on the 16. This could well be for the tournament.
Should break ever so slightly left to right. Comes towards us just a little bit down towards Farm Road there. Green slopes that way. And it didn't.
He putted it through Farm Road. I can't believe it, Ian.
See, even he was allowing for a little bit of that left to right, and it didn't work.
Let's go down to Ian Healy, who was there on the green.
Yeah, about the only one down here that's not getting desperate is Tiger himself. The fans are really dying for a last look at him, last shot with him, and get that last sighting. But that last shot was unbelievable, as Ian Baker Finch called it. I saw Cameron Percy just put his club down and applauded himself. Just one birdie on 16 all day. Tiger almost a second.
So Greg Chalmers still a chance, ever so slightly. 2 shots from the lead, now playing the 16th.
Yeah, anything can happen. Eddie, in golf, anything can happen. Just one stray shot, one lucky putt, you know, 2-shot swing can happen in a blink of an eye. This hole sets up well for James Nitties, can fire it up over the hill down the left. Nice high fade with the 3-wood, and Jack, that might have been that pull we were talking about. Didn't complete the backswing.
Well, that's the opposite, the one he hit on 14, sorry, the par 5. That's in trouble, to say the least.
Yeah, well, the Tiger group is over at 17 tee now as they fire their way up over the other hill here on the course. This is the highest point, the hill here at 17. Big wide fairway. If you lay way back into the fat of the fairway, you've got a long iron second shot over the hill to a blind green. No bunkers around the green, but lots of ways to play it. You can fly it on and feed it through to the back edge, putt back up the hill, or land it just short and try and judge it just right and skip it down on there. As you can see there, averaging over its par of 4, and very few birdies at 17 throughout the week. 16, 17, 2 really tough holes. Yesterday, Tiger took a long iron here and just drilled it up the right-hand side, kept it out of the bunkers. And I think today he'll take the conservative route as well. There's no reason to really attack from there when you've got a 2-shot lead and just 2 par 4s to go.
Duffner now at 17. And if he finished birdie, he wouldn't be without a chance. A lot depends on the bounce in front of this green. He's lost it to the right. The helicopter shows happening outside. We can hear it, and so could he.
It would make for a pretty amazing view, wouldn't it, from up high, as we see Stuart Appleby in there as he's finished his round, just signing a few balls and gave his putter to a young fella there by the look of it. Good stuff.
Okay, down the cameras now, please.
Put the cameras away,
cameras
please.
and phones down, thanks.
Cameras and phones down. Let the man hit.
Just put the camera away, they're not permitted, please.
He's just going to take an iron here, and I think he may take an iron at 18 too. Surely he's got to take all risk out of the equation.
That viewing platform behind Tiger is actually on the other side of the street in someone's front yard.
Yeah, they showed us that the other day that someone had built it.
Oh!
Tiger goes with the long 2-iron here, just really catch it, roll the wrists over, get a little bit of right to left spin on it and run it out there about 250 metres. Perfect shot, good angle in.
The Farm Road grandstand there, Scotsman's Hill.
Yeah. That'd be all Collingwood supporters, wouldn't they? They'd be mad enough to do that.
Here's the bloke from Newcastle.
Yeah, he's hit a submerged log, hasn't he? Maybe just something going against him. He hasn't played a tournament for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, so that's a fair stretch to take off. Cameron Percy now at 17. Through-wood.
Great experience for Cameron Percy today, Jack, playing alongside Tiger Woods in front of his home crowd.
Well, I spoke to Michael Sim about that when he played with him in the US Open, and I said to him, look, The one great thing is once you've played with him, it makes the next time that happens so much easier. And you get to know the guy and know what his idiosyncrasies are, and it just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, you've got gained a lot more confidence as we watch Greg Chalmers here. Second shot, very similar place to where Tiger Woods played his from. And we'd love to see a birdie or two from Greg Chalmers.
Well, his caddy told him he wasn't set up properly, so he moved away from it.
It's good that he has the sense in this atmosphere at this time of the day to still be able to do that, and Greg can trust him. I like that. Because he has hit a couple of bad shots in the last 3 or 4 holes. One left, a couple right.
Likes it.
Settle there. Good shot. Very makeable putt. It'll come in off that ridge. And still coming.
Great shot from Chalmers.
This has got to be a great confidence boost for him. Had a couple of second-place finishes on the PGA Tour in the States this year. And in playing great golf here at the JB Weir Masters. Good chance to take on the Tiger here over the closing 3 holes. He's 2 back. But he's got a birdie chance here at 16.
So Greg Chalmers applying the pressure, but Tiger Woods still 2 shots clear. Welcome back. This is the site at the 18th JB Weir Masters. Tiger Woods will be coming up the 18th in a few moments' time. He's still got the 17th to negotiate, then home on the 18th. He leads by 2 shots rather. Let's have a look at these Imperial Leather highlights.
This is an absolute storming shot here from Greg Chalmers. Coming off a missed putt at 14 where he probably felt he needed to make it. That was a great answer to missing the putt. It's a tremendous shot.
And while that was going on, Tiger Woods was hitting this spectacular high shot into 16. Almost holds it, but fails to capitalize on the putt.
Imperial Leather highlights. Okay, let's go to the 17th. Tiger Woods.
Oh, the twirl, he likes it. No damage done. Better to be long than short there. Putting back up the hill. It was interesting down the left side being able to see the flag so readily from where Tiger was.
Yeah, you normally
hard to
can't
see,
see
normally.
it, can you?
But Greg Chalmers needs to make that putt at 16, get to 1 behind Tiger Woods. Tiger more than likely be able to 2-putt there at 17 from just off the back edge.
And Duffner dropping a shot on the 17th.
He's there in 4, so James Niddies has that putt for a bogey over at 16. This is the Frenchman, Francois de la Montagne, second at the home hole.
Geez, he's laid up a long way back.
He's kept it short of those cross bunkers, and now he's got a mid-iron in. Ooh, well played. He'll catch that slope and feed in closer. Well done.
Yeah, he's had a super week, Frenchman.
You wouldn't see a lot of golf courses like this over in France. This hard, firm surface and fast greens.
Crucial putt for Chalmers. And the snake charmer get this in.
The 2 putts for birdie at 14, and that one there is the only difference. 2 shots. Doesn't take much. Well, he's played well.
I think he thought he'd hold that though. I don't think he read that ball to duck left like it did towards the end. And he's a little annoyed.
So Greg Chalmers has certainly had his chances in the last few holes. Got a birdie on 15, par now on 16.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest things for the guys trying to chase Tiger is there's always that intimidation factor of Tiger and the fact that they're sort of out of their comfort zone, not used to this many crowds and style of tournament. But the need to make birdies, the pressure that's put on the players chasing when Tiger's the one in front. They know he's not going to stumble. They know he's not going to make stupid double bogeys out of nowhere. So it puts extra pressure on them to press and have to make birdies. And it's hard to do. Sometimes you can press and make them, but most times you press and stumble. And we've seen it with Cameron Percy and James Nitties here towards the end. They're trying to catch him rather than just play their normal game.
Well, it's the biggest stage you can get, trying to run down the #1 player in the world. And he's got a bit of homework to do here. He's off the back edge of the 17th green. And the pin here at 17, just 10 on. So he's got a fairly sizable putt that's going to go down and then up again to the hole.
Oh, beauty. Wonderful touch. I remember Greg Norman back in the mid-90s holding a big putt here at 17 for birdie against Peter McWhinney to win the Australian Open. But Greg always said he liked to go to the back of this green and putt back up the hill. He said he never liked to leave it short because you always had that downhill putt from the fringe. It'll be interesting to see what Tiger does on the tee shot at 18. Will he take the iron short right of the bunkers, or will he just smack it over all of them and get it down there with just a sand wedge left? With a slight bit of breeze helping, you might actually think that the safest play is the driver over the bunkers.
The only problem with that is, and if he hits a shot like he hit on Thursday, it brings the bush on the right into play. And although he hasn't looked like hitting a bad tee shot today, so different mindset.
Cameron Percy has stood the test very well today, even par through 17 holes. He should be proud of himself.
Well, especially with that double and another unplayable as well. 2 unplayables he's had, so that's a very good effort.
That's right, 2 sixes on the card.
So the world's #1 Tiger Woods will go to the 18th with a 2-shot lead.
Good. Chalmers with the 3-wood.
I don't think it's strong enough, Mel. It's fine, mate. It's fine. It's all right.
Might have just found the rough, but sometimes that helps. Get a little bit of a flyer and roll it down that hill onto the green.
Well, he's got the driver out, you're right, Ian. He wants to probably take those bunkers out of play. So let's see if he can keep his rhythm that he's had all day.
Hold up, guys, please.
The one thing's for sure, Jack, he'll take his time, he'll slow everything down. He's in control here. It's his office. He won't rush it. He'll wait till Steve's made sure everyone's got their phones and cameras down. He'll take 7 or 8 rehearsal swings here to feel and draw the shot in his mind and give it a crack.
Thank you.
Amazing how when he takes that practice swing, we don't see the up and down head movement, or the excessive up and down head movement that the bad shot brings. Just look at his head, you know, level with the top of that block frame.
He loves it. And it's long and straight, and it's about 310 yards down the middle to the end of that walkway. And we just have a sand wedge left for his second.
a great attribute. It's 267 metres to carry those bunkers. To know that you can hit it 290 yards in the air and carry it all, amazing. Delamontagne now for birdie. Yeah, way to go. A 30-year-old Frenchman.
Which takes him up to equal third position. 10 under for the tournament. A 69 to finish his final round. 3 under today. A great effort. Tiger Woods, though, on the 18th, leading by 2. Welcome back to the JB Weir Masters at Kingston Heath. A moment never to be forgotten for Australian sports fans as Tiger Woods plays down to the 18th green with a lead of 2 shots. Ian Healy is right on the spot.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. These are some of the most famous scenes in Australian sporting history, that's for sure. Little old Australia have got Tiger Woods here with this many people around him. It is unbelievable. Yesterday we saw one of the best bad rounds you could ever see, where his courage was on display. Today it's been his flair. Everyone around here is just delighted. It is, you know, spine-tingling down here.
What a moment for Cameron Percy from Dingley in the next suburb.
And he's hit a great drive down there as well. He's driven the ball beautifully. Great shot, well done. Now this is going to be one of those sporting moments where there'll be hundreds of thousands of people over the years will be saying, I was there. I was there when Tiger came, when Tiger won the Masters. And it's certainly been an honour and a privilege for us to be here calling this week. It's just been tremendous.
Well, there's a shot from behind that he has. A little bit on the upslope so he can get plenty of spin on this. I think he'll make sure he gets this to the hole.
Folks, can you hold your cameras and cell phones, please?
It should hopefully sort of maybe 7 or 8 metres short of the hole. Take a leap forward and then spin.
Yeah, he doesn't want to spin it back into that little swale, does he? Just make sure you're up to the hole. Sensational stuff right underneath the cup.
Well, Tiger Woods has delivered on everything expected this week. He's performed for the media. He's performed for kids. He's turned up and in 4 days of golf has just played sensational golf. We've seen just about every shot in the bag too, haven't we, Jack?
Yeah, look, I was going to say, the thing about professional golf is you don't play how you want to play for all 4 days, and Tiger had a day yesterday that he'd probably rather forget. But the great thing about him is he came out today, turned his game around overnight, and he's played a super round of golf. He's got that putt for a round of 67, and when you're leading a championship on a tricky course like this course at Kingston Heath, greens fast and hard, that is very good golf.
Yeah, to shoot the round of the day on this course from the lead, you don't often see that. Absolutely fantastic. You know, he came in here as the show, and he's provided a sensational show for us, that's for sure, in all aspects.
Chalmers chipping from off the right edge. Oh, what a great try from Greg Chalmers. He thought, well, I can't put it in, I'll chip it in.
He just made that little one for birdie back at 14. Had a good chance for birdie at 16, and that one just rolling by. I mean, Greg Chalmers has come so close so often today, and he's only 2 back.
Jack, what a launching pad for this man. Cameron Percy, in front of the Melbourne sign, a Melbourne boy, going off to the PGA Tour next year.
Yeah, at 35 or thereabouts. It's a wonderful effort and I think what it does is bears testament to patience and persistence and hard work, and he'd be pretty excited, I'd say, and well, this will be a day he'll never forget.
It'll certainly stand him in good stead when he does get over there next year. He won't be so bright-eyed when he gets out onto the range and sees so many of the superstars. He can go there with the knowledge that, you know, he's played alongside Tiger Woods in front of 30 or 40,000 people.
And what a moment now in the rich history of Australian sport in this famous sporting capital of Melbourne. At Kingston Heath, the JB Weir Australian Masters.
This is the right. Great performance from Tiger, and I think I didn't think he could win the way he played yesterday and some of his round on Friday, but gee, he patted around, and that's a tremendous effort.
Tremendous effort and a memorable day for all of us here in Australian golf. A memorable day for Cameron Percy and a great round of golf for Tiger Woods. He'll be proud of himself for playing that way today.
A round of 68 for the world's #1 player. 4 under today, 14 under par. He leads by 2 strokes in the clubhouse.
Big putt for Greg Chalmers now. Knocked this one in, and he's got to hold the second shot at the last to tie. Well done. He held 2 really good putts today in his last 4 or 5 holes. The putt for par at 12, really quick downhill putt, and that one there, they were real good testers. And that's a good confidence boost for him. Even if he ends up running second to Tiger Woods, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all as Tiger Woods watches the last hole with a 2-shot lead.
Welcome back. On the 18th, Greg Chalmers in second place, 2 shots behind Tiger.
Well, he needs a minor miracle there. He needs to hold his second. The first part of the equation is to get the ball in the fairway, and he's done that.
Great drive. He's really driven the ball beautifully today. Every part of his game's been solid. Yeah.
James Nitty's 1 over for the day, 9 under for the tournament.
Just did a couple of bad shots at the wrong time today, that's all. Take it up the left side with the fade. Just carries that bunker. That's 250 over that bunker, the first part of it. 250 metres. Good hit. Now for Greg Chalmers to be a couple under par, playing in the last group, tied for the lead at the start of the day, it's a good round of golf.
Yeah, against a lesser light, that probably would have been good enough, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anything under par around a course like this with the lead is a really good score.
Gee, look at those crowds, both sides of the fairway, behind the players. The green, look from the green back up the fairway.
I've enjoyed that this week too, Jack, how they've allowed the players through the crossing points to stay in the fairway and then clear for the group behind once they've hit their shots. I think that's been really good. Allowed a few hundred more people to get a good view.
Magic sight. Just frames the hole up incredibly.
And a reminder to stay with us on Nine's Widewater Sports after the completion of this round for the presentation of the gold jacket to the world's #1 player, Tiger Woods.
You need to get it coming in on that lady in the orange left of the flag.
Yeah.
It's going to kick all right. All right?
And you've got to give Martin Greenwood and his staff a big pat on the back for getting the course in such fantastic shape as well. Greg Chappell, the general manager here at Kingston Heath, done a fantastic job. You should all be proud of yourselves. Been a real picture.
Nitty's now, second shot. Start this at the heart of the green and try and just ride it in to the flag on the right.
Checked up too quickly. Stay there. Stay there. That can feed off the green.
Gone.
Yeah. It's so easy there. It's a good hole location. You can get in close if you're right on. If you're just a fraction short, that happens so easily.
Well, to actually hold it, he's got to get this left of the flag and ride it in on the slope.
Yeah, just a little high draw for Greg Chalmers would be ideal here. Just a wedge. Get up. You have the right line, Jack.
Perfect line. If he'd have landed it somewhere near where that's finished, it'd have been right down adjacent to the stick.
Well, Tiger Woods is our winner. It looks like Greg Chalmers will be our runner-up. A couple of putts there for a par, just to be 2 back if he holds it. To just miss out by 1, tremendous effort.
So Greg Chalmers strides up to the 18th. He leads by 2 shots to Francois de la Montagne, the Frenchman, and Jason Duffner, who are 10 under. So he has 2 shots to hold on to $50,000 worth of prize money. So they're 2 big putts. But what about our winner today? Tiger Woods has won 14 majors, 71 times on the PGA Tour, and now in Australia. And he is joined by Tim Sheridan.
Congratulations, Tiger. Today you seemed like almost a different player than to yesterday.
Well, yesterday was one of those days you just chalk up, and as I said yesterday, I was very thankful to actually still be in the tournament. One of those rounds that could have gotten away from me, and I kept myself in the tournament, and allowed me to go out there today and still have a chance to win.
To shoot the equal low round on a course you respect so much in front of a crowd that came to see you do just that. Can you describe your sense of satisfaction about that?
Well, it was going to be tough today. I mean, we, James and Greg back there were playing well, and obviously Cameron today could have easily got off to a quick start. So it was one of those things where you had to make some birdies early, and I was able to do that, and I kept it going for most of the day.
Some wonderful irons, 5, 6, 7, 15, 16. Were they the feature for you today?
Yeah, because I certainly wasn't making a lot of putts today. I made a big par putt at 9 to keep the momentum going that I built on the first 8 holes, and I hit some good shots on the back 9. I really felt comfortable with my swing today. Yesterday, as I said, it was just a bad day, and I did some rehearsals last night and felt very comfortable with what I was going to try and do today.
11 years since you've been here. So much has happened since then. We've seen you do it all on TV. A little kid said to me on the fairway the other day, it's like seeing an action figure come to life. Can you describe what you think might be the legacy of this trip down under?
I got a W, so that was the goal this week, and very, very thankful to have had the chance to come out here and play in front of such great people, and put together some good rounds.
A few flies, a few photographers, but have you had fun?
Yeah, we had a great time. My friends and family came down, and everyone had a great time, and it's a bonus that I even won the tournament.
Will the gold look good against the red, do you reckon?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Tiger Woods, magnificent champion, the JB Weir Masters champion of 2009.
Interesting question there from Tim. Eddie, he talked about the kid that he said, it was like an action man come to life. He said one of the daunting things is that he now realises that kids want to emulate him, but now that he's got 2 kids of his own, that's taken on a different perspective, and he tries to do all the right things, but not always, but he tries to do all the right things by the kids. Eddie's from off the right.
Get in the hole.
Oh.
Great effort, James Nitty's. Just a couple of bad ones at the wrong time there in the closing stages, but a valiant effort. So the big year.
Yeah, 14 was the real turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah, he needed to get that up near the front and make birdie, and made 6.
Well, he hit it right, and then of course got on to 16, having hit it right at 14 and hit it left, which is a typical reaction from a golfer.
I wrote the first page of the book, Jack.
I think we've all been there and done that. Greg Chalmers looks to me like he's really in some pretty good form.
Played well in the States this year, really, really nicely. Got good confidence back in the last half of the year, had a couple of second-place finishes. And another second here, but you could almost put an asterisk after it. It was second to Tiger.
Greg Chalmers closes out with a 70, 2 under for the day, 12 under for the tournament, 2 shots clear in second place, 2 shots behind the winner, Tiger Woods.
This is for outright 5th for James Nitties. Just concentrate, keep the head steady, hit a good solid putt. They all count. Well done.
As a result, James Nitties put $60,000 in his pocket with that putt. He finishes with a round today of 73, 1 over, 9 under for the tournament.
Good finish. But I'd say, Eddie, he's a work in progress. Technically he's not quite there, but I don't think he's far off.
He's only 27, isn't he? There's a long time in his career if he can maintain that good positive attitude, and he seems to be healthy now. That's good.
Ian Baker-Finch, you're the international voice of golf. Jack Newton has been the Australian voice of golf now for 20-odd years. Jack, you do so much work with young players coming through. James Nitties is one of the players who's come through your system. Today, to look out here right now and just see this is absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Well, it's a great boost for not only the game in all facets of it, but particularly, I think, for young people. There'll be people wanting to join golf clubs. There'll be people, young kids wanting to take up the game because they saw Tiger play.
Exactly right, and that's what we want. We want a resurgence in golf in Australia, and this was exactly what we needed. And it's just been fantastic for us to be a part of it. And we'll be right back with more for JB Weir Masters.
Welcome back. We're with the runner-up, Greg Chalmers. Greg, congratulations. Just a great day of golf.
Look, I played okay. I didn't play great. I had some opportunities today, and I didn't roll the ball as nicely as I'd hoped. You know, just a bit of pressure and a bit of tension, and things didn't go as well as I'd like on the greens. But it's a tough day to putt out there. You had to, you know, you're chasing down Tiger Woods. It's difficult.
11, 14, and 16. If they'd rolled in, you're in there.
Yeah. If I had to, you know, for my auntie, yeah, exactly. So it's just. You know, I had to take what I got. I played. I had some nice up and downs when I needed to on 10 and 13. So 12. Sorry. So you take what you get. But having said that, yeah, I would have liked to see a couple more roll in today.
Mate, you've made the world's #1 shooter 68 to take this though.
Oh look, I kind of feel like he was always going to do that. So I don't know if he's a very focused guy when it comes to coming to winning tournaments, and I thought you had to shoot that kind of score today to win.
In terms of you rebuilding your career over the last couple of years, where does this sit?
This is just, to me, is a continuation of play I've had for the last year and a half, 2 years. So it's, you know, it's not a surprise to me. I kind of feel like I should play like this, but, you know, everyone should probably think like that.
Congratulations, mate. Well played.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well done there to Greg Chalmers. One blemish on the day on the 8th there, and as he said, just couldn't quite get those putts. I mean, the amount of times it just rolled past the hole, but nevertheless, a fantastic effort today to finish runner-up to Tiger Woods at the JB Weir Masters. A pretty good effort.
He wasn't far off. I mean, he looked a little bit disconsolate there, but I think he should be really proud of himself. He putted nicely, he drove the ball well, he stayed in early on in the round. He knew he needed to shoot a 68 or something like that to win it, and I think he did very, very well. He's just a little bit upset that had he made a couple more putts, he'd be putting the gold jacket on, not Tiger.
Jack, you're a pragmatic man. You call a spade a spade. $3 million to get Tiger Woods out here. It was a fantastic result, wasn't it?
Oh, well, it turned out a great investment, and I must admit, I was concerned how are we going to get your money back, but obviously that's all happened.
Let's go down to Mark Nicholas now for the presentation of the gold jacket to Tiger Woods.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a week we've had, what a climax and what a champion. We must begin by thanking the Victorian Government and also Victorian Special Events for creating a magnificent spectacle and bringing us back the glory days of Australian golf. Before the presentation of the gold jacket, it's my duty to introduce our presentation party. We have with us the Honourable John Brumby MP, Premier of Victoria. Oh, do better than that. Paul Heath, CEO and Managing Director of JB Weir. Martin Jolly, Senior Vice President and Managing Director, Asia Pacific IMG. Neil Cathles, Captain, Kingston Heath Golf Club. Philip Richards, General Manager of Tag Heuer Australia. David Arollo, Vice President, Director of Golf for IMG. Max Garski, Chief Executive Officer, PGA of Australia. Jose Maria Zamora, Tournament Director of the European Tour. And Peter Dakin, President of Kingston Heath Golf Club. Last but not least to that party, the JB Weir Masters Champion for 2009, Tiger Woods. First up, ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable John Brumby MP, Premier of Victoria, to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much to Mark, to all of our distinguished guests, to today's champion, to Tiger Woods and to all of the players. Can I just say that Tiger's victory today really caps off what has been a sensational week for Melbourne, Victoria and for Australia. And I think in every sense of the word, this week has been fantastic. It's been fantastic for golf, for sport, for tourism, for our economy, and the pictures that have gone out from the golf here today have gone to 380 million people all around the world. And I just want to, and it's been a great effort. And 18 months ago, we said that we would reinvigorate the Australian Masters, that we'd get Tiger Woods out here to Melbourne, and I think this week speaks for itself. There's a few people that I want to thank today, if I could. Firstly, to the Kingston Heath Golf Course, to Neil and all of their staff. The course today is in just immaculate condition. It's been sensational all week. And to all of the course staff and to the hundreds of volunteers, can we thank them for the extraordinary effort that they put in. Secondly, of course, the fans. 100,000. They've been perfect, as they always are in Victoria. Thirdly, of course, can I thank our partners here, particularly to IMG, the European and Australasian PGA Tours. This was a great undertaking. It's been extraordinarily successful. And to them and to all of the other major sponsors, to JB Weir, to Channel 9 as the broadcasters, they have done a brilliant job, and I thank them very much indeed. And finally, can I say to the players, to all of those who made the final cut, to all of the Australians, to all of the international visitors, and particularly to our great guest here, Tiger Woods, we couldn't have asked for more of the players. We couldn't have got a better finish today. It's been a great tournament for our state. We look forward to next year's Masters and, of course, the President's Cup in 2011.
Thank you, Premier. Now, if I could ask Martin Jolly of IMG to say a few words.
Thank you, Mark. The Honourable John Brumby, Premier of Victoria, other ministers, I'd like to thank everyone for the great support of this event. To you firstly, Premier, the vision you've shared with us to reignite golf in this state has been outstanding. We appreciate you. That this whole week is just a great, thank you and support for what you've done for the game, and I'm sure everyone here would like to thank the Premier for what he's done for this sport and for this event. I'd also like to acknowledge the Victorian Major Events Company, in particular the Chairman, Sir Rod Eddington, and their CEO, Brendan McClements. Just outstanding. They continue to bring top international sporting events to this great city of ours, this great state of Victoria. We do it better than anyone in the world, so I thank them for their ongoing support. To Channel 9, they've stepped up, come back into sport and back into golf. To Jeff Brown, Executive Director here in Melbourne, and to David Gingell in Sydney, thank you too for sharing our vision. To David Malone, the CEO of Fox Sports, we've had both networks supporting this. We've beamed these pictures through IMG Media to 380 million homes around the world and 161 territories, which is just outstanding. I would like to thank Paul Heath, CEO and Managing Director of JB Weir. We can't run these events without sponsors. So to you, Paul, and to your team, and to everyone that has supported this event, we have not had corporate support for a golf event, certainly in the 20 years that I've been here with IMG. So we thank you, and I thank the team from IMG for working with all of you and making it such a great success. Finally, I'd like to thank all of the players, all the international players. To you, Tiger, we congratulate you on being a great champion. And again, finally, I'd like to thank the fans. The Premier made mention, but to have 100,000 people, the passion and the respect that you've shown to the players is outstanding. Makes you proud to be a Melbourneian. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. Now we move to the players who have made this such a special week. We ask the Premier back up for the presentation of cheques. To first, the third place is tied to visitors from overseas. From France, Francois de la Montagne. From America, Jason Duffner. Ladies and gentlemen, in second place, great favourite with the Australian crowds and always a chance today, Greg Chalmers. Thank you, Premier. Now I'm going to ask for the captain of Kingston Heath Golf Club, Neil Cathles, because this is the moment we present the gold jacket to the champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the JB Weir Masters champion of 2009 is Tiger Woods. Tiger, don't go away. Ask Paul Heath forward to present a cheque to Tiger Woods. $270,000. We ask Philip Richards forward to present a Grand Carrera automatic chronograph tag heuer watch to Tiger Woods. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the job of the Premier to present Tiger with the trophy. How does the jacket fit?
Oh, perfect.
Frustration yesterday, but truly fulfillment today.
Well, yeah, yesterday I did not play well and was fortunate enough to shoot what I shot yesterday to keep myself in the tournament. And
going out there today against Greg, James, and the rest of the guys, you knew that you had to make some birdies today, and I was able to do that early. It was just a great battle on such a great golf course today. But Martin and his staff have done all week to keep this golf course as playable as it has been, and all the fans for coming out and making this such a special event for not only myself but for all the players. It was such a great atmosphere the entire week to play in front of.
Did you unlock something overnight?
Yeah, I wish I could say that. No, it was just one of those things where I had a bad day, and you chalk it up as that. I did some work last night and some rehearsals, and I felt like I had a pretty good idea of what I needed to do today for my swing, and in order to hit the ball the way that I know I can.
Tiger, it's been an exhilarating experience for us to have you here, and we sense that you've enjoyed being here.
I've had a great time. Are you kidding me? This has been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so I've been here for the Open, the Masters, and the President's Cup, and then now again for the Masters, and it's been. I'm sorry it took me so long to get back, but I promise it won't be as long.
The obvious backup question to that is, Greg Norman has 6 of those jackets. Are you coming back for another crack at one?
I would love to.
Yeah. And lastly, a word, we've all much enjoyed seeing your mum here this week. She's had a good time, huh?
Well, I tell you what, the whole check is gone right here. I mean, seriously, how many kangaroos and koalas can you buy? But, my mom, she's loved it here. She's been here a couple times, and, she certainly has taken in the sights and certainly added to the economy.
Ladies and gentlemen, he came, he saw, and he conquered. Our champion, Tiger Woods. That concludes the official part of the ceremony. We do hope he comes back sooner rather than later. Be with us, please, next year, 2010, at the Victoria Golf Club. And as the Premier said, don't forget the President's Cup in a couple of years' time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support. Congratulations to Tiger Woods.
Well done there to Tiger Woods, our champion, the JB Ware Masters of 2009. And also congratulations to Mark Nicholas, our Master of Ceremonies there, doing a wonderful job. The Premier of Victoria did it well too. And, well, as we saw there, what an investment for the state of Victoria, the city of Melbourne, to pay for Tiger Woods to come down. The appearance fee was controversial, was politically attacked at the time, and the economic impact was levelled at about $19 million. It's blown that way out. It's probably closer to $25 to $30 million on the investment. Tiger Woods there saying he'd like to come back again. Well, I just hope that John Brumby and Martin Jolly there have just got a nice fat cheque to put in his pocket to say, see you next year again, because he'll be there for 2011. But a real chance, Jack, to start to rebuild golf in not only this city, but right around the country. And as we were saying before the break, you work so much with the young kids and really getting them a start, but there's nothing like seeing a genuine superstar. We heard it, Tim Sheridan had a beautiful line before from a kid who said, it's like watching an action figure come to life. And today we've seen it, and so many kids will be wanting golf clubs for Christmas. They want to go down and learn how to hit the shots. They've been listening to Ian Baker-Finch and yourself all through the 4 days, talking about the nuances of the game. And then to see this, the standing ovation in front of a packed 25,000 seat gallery, the gold jacket, the beautiful trophy, and a cheque that goes into his pocket for over $250,000. That's not bad for a game of golf.
Absolutely. Look, I think one of the problems we've got is that there's been a bit of a void in the game here for some time, and we've got a whole group of good players, but we haven't got a Tiger factor. And so to get the best in the world down here, as we all know, kids are great mimics, and he is a wonderful role model for young people, and it'll do not only good work for our juniors. There's the famous Kathy Shearer there who's...
Well, I'll tell you what she's doing there is this is exactly what we're talking about. Every major chief executive involved in this tournament stood up, got their shot, moved aside. The next one came in, got their shot, moved aside. And this has been fantastic for the sponsorship going forward. We know the economic impact in Melbourne. Tiger's mum alone has put in about $250,000, as we've heard there. But it is fantastic for the game of golf. It's great to have golf back on the 9 network as well.
Captain and president of the club there, Kingston Heath.
A great moment for the Sandbelt courses, and what the state of Victoria are now looking to do is build up not only an infrastructure of golf courses which have traditionally been here, but to turn that into tourism, the convention centres that have been built in the CBD area of Melbourne, the peninsula golf courses, the wineries, and of course the Bellarine Peninsula, the Mornington Peninsula and the Bellarine Peninsula on both sides of the bay, and really turn this into something. And you know, it's money well spent, there's no doubt about that. Look at these scenes as Tiger Woods just walking out there. Every person's just had a touch of the Tiger.
Oh, certainly, but I do a golf day for Qantas, and it's called G'day LA over in January each year in Los Angeles, and Melbourne has been the sponsor. And it's amazing the last couple of years the amount of people that have got to know the golf courses of Victoria, the golf courses of Melbourne, Australia through that initiative, and we're going to continue doing it, and hopefully we can spread it around the US a little bit more. But everyone in America, I've spent a lot of time there now, I wish I could be home more often, but everyone loves Australia, everyone loves everything about Australians, they all want to come here, and if they can come here to Melbourne or anywhere in Australia, but specifically here for golf, to the Sandbelt, it's fantastic. And this initiative of the Victorian government to do what they've done with Tiger Woods and the Masters is really gone a long, long way. Trust me, it was very well worth it. This is all around the world, hundreds of millions of people watching this telecast this week, seeing Tiger Woods and seeing Kingston Heath and Melbourne, Australia being showcased so wonderfully.
Ian, we'll take a break. Jack will come back, relive some of the great moments, because amongst all the hoopla, there was sensational golf played over the 4 days of this JB Were Masters, which has been won by the world's #1 player, Tiger Woods. More when we return on Nine's Widewater Sports. We've got the summer of cricket coming up. We've had the NRL, but the footy shows in the AFL states, and now we've got the Winter Olympics. Hot on the heels of what has been one of the great golf tournaments of our time here in Australia. Guys, it's been a pleasure sitting next to you two guys. Not least because the enthusiasm you've had. It's been great. I come here as a sports lover. You guys have been immersed in golf all your life, and Jack, you know, it's just been something else.
Yeah, well, there's always the excitement of, you know, a big event, and when you've got the best player in the world playing, you know, whether you're my age or your age or some young kid, it's exciting. And this was some highlights of today's play, and right out of the chute today, Tiger was on song. He really looked like whatever was wrong yesterday, he'd found out what the secret was. And from the opening hole where he went whack, whack, 3-wood on the green at the par 5 first. And look, he looked a totally different player today to me, and that's what makes him such a great player, to be able to put a disastrous day like yesterday as far as his ball striking goes, managed to get it around in par figures. The great players can do that. The mediocre players would have shot 76 or 77 yesterday, but he managed to put par figures on the scoreboard and then came out today and did all that he had to do. And that's a great sign from a champion golfer who may just be the best player that ever lived.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. I do believe he is the greatest all-round player that ever lived, and I know it's hard to say that now. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of the last 12 years in his era. I certainly grew up reading Jack Nicklaus books, and I'm a friend of Jack's, and I think Jack's been the greatest player, certainly player of the century, last century, and I think Tiger's surpassed it though. I think he's brought another element to the game, and no one has changed the game as much as Tiger Woods. Just the way he plays the game, his fitness, his style, his way about his being a role model to a world of kids. And the way he played today was just amazing, how he could go back to the room, put that round aside, do some mental rehearsals, think about what he had to do today. He knew he needed to shoot somewhere 69, 68, and come out and do it today. And you're right, he looked like a totally different player. right from the very first hole.
And that's what was great about this whole week. We saw Tiger, the showman, the professional. We saw him come out on the Pro-Am and play around with everybody and enjoy it. And then we saw him hit a 66 on the opening day to just show what a champion he was. A 68 the next day. Battle his way through, as you said, Jack, for a 72 and have some demons start to creep into play, take on the course, take on the crowds, take on the photographers, and then today shoot a 68 and finish up the champion. It was a masterful performance at the Masters.
Eddie, I'm probably going to be finger pointed for being old-fashioned, but I'm not convinced he's a better player than Jack yet. And I say that because I don't think the commercialism was around in Jack's era.
Yeah.
And he won 18 majors and finished second 22 times. So he could play the game, don't worry about that.
That debate will rage for years to come.
You're right there.
That's been it. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.